Live, Seven.
We are live.
Woohoo!
Look at this.
Guys, we are live for the Champions League match day. We got two incredible matches. We got Chelsea versus Juventus, and we got Young Boys versus Atalanta. We got a special guest, Sebastian, over here. He is a Milan fan. You've seen him in a previous stream before. And we're also expecting Antonio to be coming here any minute. He was running a little late, so we had to start it without him. He's going to be joining. But Sebastian, thanks for joining in.
Pleasure's always mine.
What do you think about these first two matches before we further dissect it?
So in terms of general thoughts at first, it's going to be interesting to see the clash between Chelsea and Juventus once again. Now on English soil to see how we could take those points like we took the Euros from the English. Now we're going to take these other next 3 points from the English as well. And in terms of for Atalanta, I think it's going to be business as usual just for them against Young Boys. Mm-hmm. There's some doubt because of the fact that they are not as consistent as they have been in previous years, but I think that they can get the job done today, and I think the Italians between both teams should be able to take all 6 points, 3-3, home today.
Wow, okay, so you're pretty confident. For Juve, I'm a little nervous, a little skeptical about just because they are playing in London.
Okay.
They did play very good the first leg. Incredible Allegri style football, that defensive style, but they are out. Chiellini, I feel like Chiellini is such a big piece to this Juventus side. Dybala's also out. Dybala was also out the first leg, but they're playing in London. They're not playing in Torino, so that's the only thing that's kind of holding me back. They don't need a win, which is good.
Right, exactly.
If they get a draw, they still maintain that 3-point difference with Chelsea.
Right.
But I'm sure they'll be fighting for that. Win. And Atalanta, on the other hand, they have to win.
They have to win.
If they win against Young Boys and they just draw against Villarreal, who lost against Manchester United, they will be through to the knockouts in second place. So we need a big win for Atalanta for sure, and a positive result is acceptable. So
I mean, and for Juventus, so to start off with them, I mean, it's important because Chelsea need the win because right now they're
in second.
They're in second. So in order for them to be able to move forward and progress into first place, they definitely need this win. So there's so much pressure for them. They're playing at home in front of their home spectators. There's going to be a lot of expectations for them, especially since they're on the higher end of the English league, in the Premier League, I should say. So there's a lot of pressure. And according to what I just saw from the lineups, it was different from the projected because I saw Havertz was supposed to be starting originally, but now it looks like Pulisic is going to be playing some type of Faso Nueve kind of. So I think that it's going to be Chelsea's going to be trying some tactical football, and I don't know how if it's going to necessarily work against Juventus because of the fact that Allegri is a tactician he's an epic tactician, and he knows how to be able to handle defense, especially when he's going to be there. He's just going to be sending counterattack all day long. Bonucci's going to be launching the ball up to Chiesa. He's going to be running up the wing, and Morata hopefully could slide it home. And Morata has a lot of experience playing because he played for Chelsea, so he knows a lot of these guys. He knows what their weaknesses are, and I think today that they have the opportunity to be able to still take home another 3 points.
Okay, hopefully you're right on this. I do want to go to the starting lineups before we go any further with this. Let me read Juventus's starting lineups first. They are playing the classic 4-4-2 formation. We have Szczesny, of course, as the goalkeeper. Quadrado, Bonucci, De Ligt, and Sandro. As I'm saying this, the match did kick off right now. The midfield with Rabiot, Locatelli, Bentancur, McKennie, and, of course, Federico Chiesa and Morata up front. What are you thinking about that in general? Do you like how Chiesa's playing over there as like a second striker overall?
Chiesa, I like more on the wing, to be totally honest. But given the situation, given the fact that that Juventus has to make some tactical changes based on the situation of everybody else in terms of for their health and in terms of standing, I think he's doing great filling in that role there. My only concern for when it comes to the starting lineup for Juventus would be the midfield because of the fact sometimes it's a midfield that you'll see at one point will come off very strong and very confident. But again, like you said, they are playing in England, so I do have a few doubts about the midfield, more along the lines of Rabiot and for Bentancur, because I know sometimes when they're under some more pressure in certain situations, see if they should present themselves to be down at one point in the game under pressure, they do tend to have a bit of a difficulty holding up to that pressure. But again, we're going to have to see how that goes. But so far, it looks so good.
Yeah, about a minute in, Juve seem to be clogging that midfield. But let me go right now to Chelsea's lineup. I have it on the screen right now. They're playing their 3-4-2-1 formation. Mendy, the goalkeeper. Rudiger, ex-Roma player. Thiago Silva, ex-Milan player. Chalobah, the center backs. With Chilwell, Jorginho, Kante, and Reece James. Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, and the American Pulisic up front. So now the difference with this one now, Sebastian, is they're saying Kante is in. Mm-hmm. Last game he wasn't in. So all the Chelsea fans are pretty confident, like, oh, Kante does so good. Chelsea's a different team with Kante. So that is another factor that we do got to look at.
I do agree with that, and it's so interesting because it's the starting three in that whole area where it's Ziyech with Pulisic and with Hudson-Odoi. It's so interesting because in the media lately, they've been talking about all three of them are on the top list for Xavi in Barcelona. He wants to be able to bring over those three players. He's been highlighting consistently that those are the three top targets that Barcelona are looking for. So I don't know necessarily in the future how Chelsea's going to look, but it's going to be interesting to see all three of them playing up in the front today in that role.
Yeah, no, for sure. Chelsea are starting the game off pretty early with a lot of high pressure against Juventus. Hopefully that does die down, though, because Juve do like absorbing that pressure and stuff. But before we do get further, you guys are probably asking, oof. There's a shot from Chelsea right there.
He's sending into disguise. He's got to do better than that.
Hopefully not, actually.
Oh, hopefully not. Yeah, exactly.
But we are watching on Paramount Plus. We are the official sponsor with them for the season. And, of course, you can watch Serie A. You're going to watch the European games on here, Champions League, Conference League, Europa League. So definitely check that out. 7 days free if you use our link down in the description. Check that out right now because, I mean, who doesn't want Serie A and Champions League and Europa League and Conference League and, under one subscription?
Absolutely.
It's a great deal overall, and they've been doing some great content recently. The Why We Love series has been great. Mm-hmm. We played it in our podcast yesterday. Definitely check out our podcast. If you didn't check it out, posted it last night.
But I saw that. I mean, I know it was an Inter video, so obviously I'm going to think it's garbage by looking at it, but I have to give the people at CBS Sport and Paramount Plus a lot of credit because of the fact that the footage is just so beautiful, the way everything is composed.
Right? Very cinematic, right?
Very cinematic, exactly.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I thought it was beautiful, and honestly, it's great because it shows the areas and where these teams are. It shows the people that support these teams. Sorry, kind of went off of a track there because Atalanta almost scored.
Yeah, we're also watching the Young Boys Atalanta match up front. We got two TVs right on top of each other, so we don't miss any of the action over here.
Doesn't get better than this, guys.
Exactly. This is Serie A Central, Calcio Central over here. Yo, Chelsea are pressing right here.
Yeah, Chelsea's putting on a lot of high press. Look at that. Chelsea's got so many young players. It's insane.
Yeah, they got a good scouting system and youth. They bring up a lot of these youngsters. That looked like a handball.
Yeah. It's interesting because, like you mentioned before, they have a very unique blend of a lot of experienced players that have won the Champions League and have competed in the Champions League in previous years before. And then with all the youth that they have from the youth from last year and some new additions that they have too, it's such a highly dynamic team.
Oh, so, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Definitely they present a decent challenge to Juventus. But I think, again, so far they're able to hold off the press pretty well. I mean, we're still very early on in the game, so in terms of how that goes along, and hopefully they can stay concentrated and keep that possession off of Chelsea, and they can play their counterattack game. I think that they could still come away with the win.
And Lukaku was out. We all know that.
Well, that's the big factor.
He was a doubt for this game. He's been out for a while, but they were saying if he was going to play or not, but he ended up not getting the call. But both teams, have players out. And you know what the crazy thing is? How are you Juventus in Serie A and Juventus in Champions League, they're two different teams, I feel like.
Completely.
What do you do you have any theory on what's going on here? Do you think because they play up to their opponent or?
So I think it's a combination of them playing up to their opponent, but it's such a psychological factor with them. It doesn't make any sense because you have a team that has won almost in the past decade, almost an entire decade of champions.
9 straight.
9 straight. And, it's interesting because in recent years, Juventus, they have been in the running to be able to be in Champions League consistently. Yeah. They've been challenging up in Champions League. They make it beyond the group stages. They're not like Milan this year that are having a hard time making it out of their group. But it's interesting because in recent years, that dynamic changed this year. In Serie A, they started off so poorly, and now in Champions League, they have the opportunity to be able to be first in their group against the reigning champions of the entire tournament, the best team arguably in Europe.
Yeah, 100% on that one. I just find it a lot of people are saying, oh, because their group isn't the hardest. You know, they're playing Malmo, whatever. But, you know, Champions League is Champions League.
Exactly.
I feel like in Champions League, there's so many surprises of these smaller teams that will also come out, like Sheriff. I just we've seen it come back and forth just so often.
Even teams like Club Brugge, look what they did. They upset PSG, and PSG were the team that's reigned favorite to be able to win the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So in Champions League, it's so hard to be able to. Ooh, nice tackle.
But I definitely get that. And Juve do like playing. They don't like possessing the ball. Their style, like that Allegri kind of football, is absorbing that kind of pressure and going on that counter-attack. I think we've seen that perfectly in the first leg against Chelsea. They could have scored 2, even 3 goals, but they didn't have, they were missing players up front.
Right. And I mean, at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily make a huge difference. Look who we got here. Look who we got here. Look who we got here.
What are you doing with the Juventus outfit on?
What Juventus outfit? I'm supporting Calcio.
It's just a
black
merch.
White, get a red one.
What? What's wrong with that? What's up, Vanto?
Oh my God! Give me a little petroleum, please.
I got you.
I'll take a bit. No,
What's
stay.
Ce ne sono birre in frigo se vuoi.
No, chi vuole un bitter analcolico?
No, per me adesso sto benissimo, grazie. Maybe later.
A red one.
In honor of AC Milan.
Milan play tomorrow. I thought that's gonna be a big one. But right now, we watch Juventus. We watch Atalanta. Hopefully, they get 2 positive results. I don't know if you saw the other games, but Manchester United ended up beating Villarreal 2-0, and I felt like Villarreal deserved more than that. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Chelsea had a dangerous corner over here.
All right, gentlemen. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Anto's just waking up from his bed right now.
Buenas tardes, buon pomeriggio. Whatever you want it.
Anto, how you feeling this fine? Freezing.
I feel so much better.
Day.
I quit my last work in the afternoon. I found an excuse. My favorite excuse that I have to take my dog to the vet. Everybody feels sorry for me.
Is that the one you like to use the most?
I do, especially when I want to get out. I said, hey, my dog comes first.
And instead, you're watching Calcio, right?
I'm watching it.
You better hope the people that you told that to doesn't watch the stream, or you'll be in trouble.
Guys, even if you watch it, if you find out, soccer is my life, okay? I live for this.
That's funny. So, Anto, just to clarify, give you some context. Atalanta playing young boys. Atalanta have to win. Pretty much have to win other than just tie their last game against Villarreal so they can go through.
They will.
And Juventus, they don't have to win. If they tie this game and match whatever Chelsea's fixture next match, they'll be in first. They got 3 points against Chelsea.
Oh boy.
They are playing in London. It's going to be a tough game.
What happens if they lose?
If they lose, they gotta wait for the last game.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Then it's a lot more
there is a
tight
lot
points.
of
There's a lot of
maths.
calculation. You gotta take out the
Mathematics.
calculator.
All right. So Marco is good with the calculator. The
Yeah,
only
we'll
problem
ask
that
him.
his math is a little fuzzy.
It is. You're right.
Yeah, it's skewed to the black and white.
But what do you think, Lukaku? First of all, Lukaku's not playing. Kantaris in. He wasn't playing.
Who's
for
Lukaku?
Chelsea striker.
Oh, he's a Chelsea striker. You know that.
He's been out for a while, so maybe you forgot about him.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I gotta be honest with you. I'm still under the shock. When
Guys, I think we got an Atalanta goal.
Oh, Atalanta goal!
yeah,
Yes.
beautiful.
Good call, Sebastian.
I'm still. I think it's Malinowski. I'm not sure. I was
think it
not
was
paying
Duvan.
I
attention.
think it was Zapata.
Yeah.
Zapata.
Grande.
Duvan.
Let's see.
see.
And Atalanta is playing away.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Atalanta's playing
Oh,
in
boy.
Switzerland. Yeah.
Let's see. Boom.
Let's see what happened here. Ooh.
Bingo. Oh, look, Duvan is right in the middle of the
Let's
box.
see, let's
Perfect.
see.
He has all the space in the wall.
Oh, beautiful
Beauty.
from Zapata.
What a beautiful shot.
Had his back to net, popped it up, turned around, hit it on the half
Oh my
volley.
God, he turned
oh,
on
deflection.
Yeah, but still,
It was still a great
athletically
technique.
beautiful.
Great technique, regardless. And just like that, Atalanta are
Beautiful.
up 1-0.
No, what
Great
I was
stuff.
saying, I'm still numb at the idea that I found out that Oozing is going to be missing 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was going to say that. He had a few...
Oh,
He's getting some
Like
plates in his face and
bunch of
screwed in,
screws.
like
Yeah.
horrible stuff. He's gonna be out much longer than we expected. We're thinking just about a month, but it was successful surgery. But he's gonna be out for a while. He's obviously gonna miss the African Cup of Nations, and much more games after
I mean,
that.
who cares about the African nation? I think the health of this kid here
No,
is
yeah, I
is
know,
key
I'm
for
just saying.
Napoli. I mean, it's not that I don't care about the
but-
African nation, but I think Napoli found on this guy here to be, the top, like
He's been
the light
playing-
into the box
No, he's
for
been
them
playing
to,
good.
like the reference point for them to just finalize
Right.
most of their,
And it's horrible because he's a kid. He's just started getting
I
his
know.
foot in for Napoli, and also Napoli didn't just lose that; they also lost Anguissa for 2 to 3 weeks, apparently. So 2 starters from that Inter loss.
Oh.
I mean, it's
That game
pretty bad.
looked like more like war to me than it was an actual
That-
game.
that game was crazy.
I've never seen so
Absolutely
many
crazy.
medical incidents and so many injuries that happened within the span of literally within 45 minutes. How quickly that happened in that second half, that was insane.
But Sebastian, you have to understand this: that every time that Inter wants to catch up and once they are trailing into the campionato, they found a way to destroy the best player of the opposite team, especially of the competition on top of them.
Of course, because they're a bunch of
So
snakes.
I could be wrong, but it happens all the time.
No, I don't think you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I think you're 100% on the money.
Thank you. I have somebody that agrees with me.
We
Mike,
got,
you actually
we got way
agree?
too many Milan fans on this stream.
No, it's never enough. What are you talking
definitely-
about?
I definitely got to split this up next on this stream.
Definitely.
I chose poorly.
Definitely not.
Mike, if I were you, I will highly recommend that you watch yourself today because we are 2 against 1.
Well, today we are supporting Juventus. And
Of course, we are
Atalanta,
supporting
so-
Juventus.
And Atalanta.
And
of
Atalanta.
course. We need them. We need them to go through to the next group.
Hey, by the way, a quick question: Why
Yeah.
is the name Young Boys? Who decided about calling the team Young Boys? Because they're
it's,
young.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
And
sure
why
that-
boys?
I'm sure there has to be some story about
Yeah, I
this.
don't know.
Boys.
There's gotta
Maybe
be
strange to me.
maybe some of those young boys that were brought up from the kindergarten all the way to the
Maybe
major
they
league.
maybe have good primavera.
Maybe
Good
they're gonna.
Primavera.
Yeah, check out the numbers on that.
like
Yeah.
Ajax, right?
Oh yeah,
Atalanta.
double check because it's very strange. The name is very
Yeah,
strange.
I've never heard a name like that for
It'd
a
be
team
Bambini
before.
in Italian, right?
Giovanni
Giovanili,
ragazzi,
yeah.
Giovanni
Giovanni
ragazzi.
ragazzi, right?
Yeah,
the youths.
The Utes.
very weird.
Very weird, yeah.
Mike, double check. What's this young boy stuff?
I'll check it out. Now you're getting interested, right?
Maybe the team had a different name and they changed into Young Boys or
Oh,
something like
I'll
that.
give it a check.
Maybe it didn't have that jingle, like maybe that didn't necessarily pop. That wasn't a good name. They had to change it, maybe, yeah.
Talking about jingle, I was getting myself into a jingle mode this morning into my car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because one song just it was so funny. Sometimes when you listen to music when you're driving,
Right.
that song gets transformed into your brain in something that can be used for jingles. So
You're getting in the mood. I see a thing here.
So
It
what is
says
that?
so there was a team already called Old Boys. So they
old
wanted
boys and
so
now
they
those
wanted
are
to
the young
mimic it.
boys.
So now they wanted to mimic the thing, and that's.
But it's a
apparently
different
how it is.
team. This
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a different team. So I guess they
where in
wanna-
England, Mike?
No, Switzerland.
No,
Switzerland.
Yeah, it's a Swiss
Ooh.
team.
No, I know they were Switzerland, but the old boys were in,
Ooh.
in Switzerland.
Nice
Basel.
save.
Yeah, Switzerland.
Oh,
Basel.
nice. So old boys and now we have the young boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Chesney with the save just before. That was pretty.
Oh, look
brother.
at Delhi.
Vai, loca, vai. Aki.
That's a nice pass.
They're still
They're gonna make a
corner?
mistake.
No,
No.
okay,
Pressure.
They got it. Okay.
Hey, by the way, despite all the bad news that AC Milan had by Magnan, they said that Magnan is almost recouped, and I think he killed the the recovery time.
Oh, yeah, it's
and
gonna be
just
quicker than
yeah,
expected.
much quicker
Yeah,
than
that's
expected,
good.
and there might be a chance that we're gonna get to see Magnan back into the. Into the pitch on
soon
maybe
do you wanna
against Sassuolo.
How soon do
you wanna see
ASAP,
him? How
meaning
soon do you wanna
meaning
see him?
yesterday,
But at
meaning
the,
Sunday against Fiorentina.
at the same time, that I don't know if they should necessarily push him so quickly because God forbid something else should happen, then we would lose him long term.
I mean, God forbid, anything can happen even when you come back healthy. I mean, if the guy's healthy, believe me.
Yeah,
I know,
I
that's
think,
true.
They're gonna
I
bring
think
him back.
Sebastian, you know better than anyone. You work in the medical field and all
Well-
about this. Sometimes they do rush the players a little too soon. Just
Yeah.
they get maybe a little too excited. They want to play him
Because
and it further injures him, right?
You gotta think about it like this, because a team, their goal is to be able to get as many wins as possible, because that's what generates the most money for them. That's what generates success for a
Exactly.
club.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your best players on the field at all times, that percentage goes down. So for them to be able to push to get him back as soon as possible is crucial for them. That's their objective. And at the same time, you have to observe what's best for the player, because again, he's young. You don't want him to develop a chronic problem with that wrist and with his thumb, because that's a very sensitive area, especially for a keeper. Because now you have to also think about it. he's going to be playing a lot more competition. There's going to be a lot more pressure. Now coming through Serie A, he's going to be expected to make no mistakes, especially from what happened with Lozano. Now, we're going to be in a room for little to no error. So, do I think that I would love to have him back by Sassuolo right away. But depending on how we see ourselves and if we have Tomori, and there's a lot of factors there that they're saying that most likely we may not, because depending on how he does with his recovery.
Maybe another week and a half.
Maybe another week and a half, I would think is probably best case.
I think it is better to hold it and be more sure rather than risk it and try to push it for.
Hey, by the way, for the records, I'm not making anything up, okay? I'm just watching straight to you into the camera. This kid here, Sebastian, next to me, he was an okay player until he started to play with me and to listen to me. And I mean, just tell me, prove me wrong, Sebastian. Did you actually improve your position on the field, your defensive and all the stuff? So un milanista a un altro milanista. So one AC Milan to another AC Milan. So what did you learn, Sebastian? You learned not to go too far wide and to wait for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So and his timing is impeccable. With everything.
You got a club for him, we'll ask Peter so we can hook him up with the club.
I don't know, Peter can go through Sebastian because, he's... hey, Pete, how are you over there? We know that you're having a good time over there, although you're claiming that you're working. I said, let me have a job like that.
He's busy working. He's
we'll give you a trial at Ascoli.
Yeah.
Listen, that'd be amazing.
So, Sebastian, you having fun lately, yeah? I've seen that you are all over the places. And,
un po' qua, un po' là. Everywhere, yeah, trying to have a good time.
But I credit myself because I sat him on the side and I said, "Listen, you're gonna listen to me."
You took him under your wing.
Yeah,
right?
under my wing. I said, "Don't go here, don't go here. Just stay here because they're gonna come to you."
Over here.
Andos the maestro. That's where Pioli gets all of his
Thank
tactics from.
You live and breathe football.
Thank
He talks to Pioli every week on the phone. He's like, he keeps telling him, "You got to do this, you got to do that."
It's in your DNA, Anto.
It is.
You're born. That and fishing in your DNA can't be removed.
You got that right, Mike.
Yep.
You're learning, Mike. You're learning.
I
a
got
little slow.
See,
after sitting next
You're
to you
a
on
little
podcast,
slower. You're a little
today.
slower than Sebastian, but you're learning.
I mean, that's a compliment. Sebastian's a genius, to be fair.
No, come on.
This guy.
You guys are too good to me,
Well,
man.
AC Milan player, they learn faster than non-AC Milan players, so that's why. You'll take your time, but you'll get
Look at the
Mike.
tifo from Young Boys. These guys ain't stopping. They look like a mini Dortmund over there.
Yeah. They actually have an
Atalanta is matching them up pretty
Yeah,
pretty
Atalanta
nicely.
looking good. They're putting a lot of pressure on them.
Young Boys actually has, I think, they have an American, PFOC. PFOC, I think his name is, who plays for Young Boys. There's two Americans in two separate games here. We have him, and then we have Christian Pulisic here from Pennsylvania.
And McKennie.
Oh, I'm sorry, and McKennie. How could I forget?
Yeah. Wow, Americans are all over, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sport's growing out over here.
You got that right. You got that right.
And that's why we have Peter over there in Europe to bring all the other next Americans into there.
Yeah.
So, guys, by the way, anybody watching this live podcast, please subscribe. Do I have to go through this, Mike? You're gonna have to like and subscribe, and then just go to the link at the bottom, and just you're gonna get Paramount Plus. It's free for a week.
Absolutely.
And for less than half of a latte macchiato with the ice latte with the caramel, cinnamon, and cocoa and sprinkles, whatever you need.
With the sepia.
Right.
The sepia. What kind of coffee you drinking, Mike?
The best
less
of
than
I don't know what Starbucks you're going to.
It's like I'm gonna do like a few other people. Subscribe. Subscribe now.
That's gonna become a meme.
ASMR.
So wait, listen. The funny thing is that from time to time, when there is no soccer and no tennis late at night, so I watch the Upper 600 channel on the Files.
Yeah.
And listen to this. And then there is a program called Investigate or Wives with Knives or
I know that the detective stuff.
The detective
stuff.
like SVU
right, the detective stuff, and then the Investigate program says Investigate.
I know exactly what you're talking about. When you said that, I remember that years ago.
You hear that, Mike?
It just triggered a part of my brain when you said that.
You're right.
We gotta talk to Peter to see if they have a talent part of the agency over there to be able to get on some auditions on these shows.
We can dress Anto like a clown to go to the birthday parties, right?
Wait, subscribe to Paramount Plus. Subscribe.
Sir, did you drink before you came here?
No. I just said.
What do you mean when he drinks? He had this. This is the
this.
petroleum. This is what gets him going.
Yeah, is this something that gets you going?
I don't know.
Did you have caffeine before here?
Let's focus on the game, guys.
È caricato.
Subscribe. Stop screaming.
Oh, man. You're too much out though. Okay.
Ooh.
So it looks like Chelsea is piling the pressure.
Yeah, a little bit more possession, but very sterile.
Yeah, but look,
Very
they can't break into that final
it's hard
third
for
over
them.
there.
It is hard for them to break. Juve's
Speaking in
defense.
medical terminology, since Sebastian over here is very sterile.
Yeah,
Sebastian?
very sterile.
Sterile.
Oh,
Hey, you can have the match, the
right.
medical establishment over here. So
You're right. We got an upper game now, right? We got to take out the dictionary to
Oh my
learn a couple
God.
more new words.
What happened? We got an injury up top.
Ooh, no.
Malinowski's holding his
Is that,
groin.
yeah, it looked like
Yay.
Malinowski. Is his face? His
No, I think it
nose?
was his groin. I think actually.
Oh.
Sebastian, do you think AC Milan he needs to risk some of the top players tomorrow for the game against Atletico, or should we just give up on it and focus on the Campionato and just let the second line play?
So my personal opinion is that they need to capitalize in Serie A, and they need to be able to win and do as good as they can to be able to get to Champions League next year. Because to be honest with you, right now, given the situation, we lost Rebic until January. We're not going to have Tomori for a while. Does it really make it worth for them? Because it's such a steep slope. Because it's not only in their hands; it's also in favor of what Liverpool will do. It's in favor of what the rest of the teams are going to do.
Foul.
Yeah, but again, let me just say what I think the drawback on doing that. You do not want to leave from the Champions League in bad shape. In other words, hey, you gave up on it. Wow, you shouldn't
Right.
even be.
Yeah, but
How can you, AC Milan, disrespect the game or
No,
disrespect the fan?
I
or-
agree.
You gotta play
No,
it
it's-
smart.
You have the
though.
goal.
You gotta play it smart though. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
but Mike, no, it does matter because
It
how
does.
you go out is very
Come on,
important. If you get spanked, then it's very, very
No, you
bad.
can't.
I'm
You
not
can't
saying
afford.
to go,
You
but
can't
I'm
afford
saying,
to lose that. You
but
can't
I'm not-
afford to
I'm
tank
saying
like
maybe
that.
not
No.
play all your best players. Think about the weekend.
Well, that's what I asked the question. So, but again,
You gotta
don't-
think of it smart.
again
The
to-
long term rather than the short term.
Yeah, to
Right.
get back to both of you, don't forget that December it's the deadline again for the transfer. So AC Milan is on the verge of signing 2-3 players. So
Who do you think is going to be a big pickup for them in January?
Wow.
Ooh, bella parata! Look at that save.
Wow, Chesney with a big stave.
couple people from France. Okay, and you know who they are.
That we
Ando
do.
doesn't
That
want-
we do.
Ando doesn't
So,
want
but
to
you know,
play.
until they actually sign.
But
then
now let me
cannot
ask you.
really,
Let me ask you a question, especially about some of those players that are going to be coming from France, to kind of now make the point. What do you think that the management should do about Kessie? Because obviously the situation with the contract isn't
Listen,
going where we expected.
Kessie is going to do what Romagnoli is doing. In other words, he fired Raiola and he said, hey, I really care about the AC Milan jersey. I want to be part of this team and I want to grow and just produce and win with AC Milan. If Kessie, it's about the money and it's a lot more money offered to AC Milan and it's not willing to enter into a dialogue with the management, then I'll let him go.
And that's what it
Let
seems
him
like
go.
because
we
from
have
all
the
the
player to substitute him. We have Tonali right now.
Right.
Benacer is signing. It's not looking for a huge amount of money, or it's not looking to say, oh, if you don't give me this much money, I might look somewhere else.
Right.
You know, you have to just have some sort of a dignity and some sort of a respect for your teammates and for the team that has brought you to the level that you are. That you are in right now.
Oh, shoot.
Unfortunately, Chelsea has scored.
Chelsea has just scored. Everyone 1-0.
So, but it's still in the beginning. It's still not.
No, I still have time.
Bonucci's
I think
arguing with the
there is something
referee
going on. They're listening. They're
Maybe
listening.
they'll check
something-
something.
Maybe there is some handball.
Bonucci is saying something.
Look at that guy. Doesn't he look like Giuseppe Rossi? Oh, talking about Giuseppe Rossi. You know that
Shallow
Giuseppe.
bus-
Yeah, I saw he's in spot.
something
I watched a little bit of the game when he went in for the was it the second half he
let's
went
see
in.
what they did.
Yeah. So how did he? So I'll tell you
Ooh.
why.
Oh, they
Giuseppe-
wanted a foul. Bonucci,
They wanted a foul
It looks
off
like
of the
Bonucci got
Bonucci.
pushed.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
handball.
No, handball.
Handball.
Handball,
That's
possibly.
handball. They're gonna call it.
There's a potential
That's not a goal.
handball.
No, it's no goal. It's
Let's
no
see, let's
potential.
see.
It's
Let's
no
see.
goal.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's besides the push. There is no goal. Look at the hands.
Oh, but it
The
hit.
arm.
It
Yeah, but
hit
you
someone
see,
first.
it
though.
deflect-
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
It does
That's part of the
matter.
rule.
You
If
think
it hits,
so?
if
Yeah,
it
it
hits
does.
another body part first
Look
and it
at
hits them.
that. Too cold. Too short. Too
Let's see.
cold. Too
Too
shell.
cold, too
What are
shell.
too cold?
Too cool.
Hey, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals.
Let's see. I think
Uh-oh.
they are
Oh,
checking.
neat.
They're checking from
There's somebody talking to him in
it's
his
a
ear.
silent check
Yeah.
because the referee is listening in his earpiece.
This kid looks like Moses King, doesn't he?
It's Chaloba.
Huh? A little
Let's see.
bit.
Let's see what
Wait,
they
wait.
say.
No, they gave it. I think.
Uh-oh. Look, an old
Let's
acquaintance
see,
over
let's
there.
see. crap.
Nope, they gave
Yeah,
it.
they gave it.
They gave it.
1-0 Chelsea.
Chaloba.
Chalobah. 1-0 Chelsea up. Again, in a set piece. We thought it was going to be taken away, but crap. Now, the thing with Juve now, if they concede, now they got to change their
They
tactics.
gotta change
They got to
tactics.
start attacking more. They're going to be susceptible from that counter attack.
Okay, Morata, I
you
seen
know?
is in the field.
Morata and
Dybala's not here
Chiesa is starting.
Chiesa.
Dybala
All right.
is out.
Yeah, but Morata at this point has been looking non-existent. If anything, you need to have a lot more of
That
influence
was
now
a
in the game.
handball, Sebastian.
I don't know. It was close because of the fact once you have a defender head the ball onto your body, and plus it kind of his arm wasn't exposed. It wasn't off of his beyond the natural silhouette of his body. That's the issue there. So even if it made some contact with his upper arm or his shoulder, they're not gonna give the call there.
Yeah,
Look,
they're
Allegri
tough.
doesn't look very upset. Look, his body language is like, okay, let me sit down. Who cares?
He's
In
like,
other
yeah,
words.
let me take a breather. Hold
Yeah.
on, here we go.
Man, that's
Oof,
not good.
nice.
So,
Stop.
Mike, for anyone of our big group of player, information, Thursday morning we are playing at the Verrazzano Complex, the
This guy's doing his
Thanksgiving
own promotion over
pre-game.
here.
So just be there because it's going to be a lot of sopressata, provolone, gabagool. It's going to be a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good wine. All
And
that.
Anto's gonna fly you in if you're not in New York. We'll put
All
his credit card
expenses.
information
Mike
down
is
below.
going to be part of the group.
So,
Mike, Marco, and everybody else.
Anto's credit card information down below. Book your ticket and meet us Thursday.
Book your tickets and send the invoice to
First
Antonio
class only.
Cinquepalmi.
First
Come
class
over,
only.
listen to me. Come over, get stressed out, and get just lose all the calories that you need because you're gonna
Anto,
gain them at
The
Thanksgiving.
thing is,
so,
everyone goes there to play
I
culture, but
know.
in reality, I think they go there to eat.
Yeah,
eat.
What do
that's
you think?
exactly
Is
what
that
it is.
true?
There you
Ah,
go. Oh, that's a goal.
No.
Maybe it's a goal line. Goal line.
No,
it's
it was
not.
far. It was
You would have
far
got
front.
an alert.
Too
Che
bad.
cool.
Wow,
Che
what a huge
sfortuna.
shot.
Too bad. Thiago
Ah,
Silva got hurt.
Thiago
Looks
Silva
like
got
Thiago
hurt.
Silva got
Oh, wow.
injured.
Thiago Silva got hurt. What a player we
What
had
a player.
when he was on AC Milan.
Oh, my God. He was unstoppable.
It's crazy how he's still playing. He's old. Man.
He's still unstoppable now. He still won with
Even
Chelsea,
still,
even though he didn't play
He
the
needs
final.
some
They won.
WD-40 in his joints before he plays.
Hey, the guy's a winner of
He's a little
Champions League.
rusty still.
What
Wow.
a beautiful toe poke. That
Oh,
was.
what he did.
Wow.
That's like an
It was
old.
Yeah.
Morata, right? That chipped it?
Yeah. hmm
Oh,
Look
Wow.
at that.
man.
Look
We're
at
talking
that.
inches.
Let's see how close it was.
You know, Morata
Yeah, he got
Morata
it.
got lucky that the goalkeeper didn't charge him.
Right.
Because,
The goalkeeper was waiting for too long. I don't know why he was so hesitant there. He should have definitely.
I
went
mean,
out
didn't
sooner.
charge him. It didn't affect his fall.
Right.
The way he fell on the
Right,
floor.
right.
Otherwise, that would have been called into a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. They might be reviewing the play. You never know.
How close was that on?
No, I think
to
it's
the
it's a clean
equalizer?
save. It's a clean
No, it was
save from
clean, yeah.
Thiago Silva.
This
What a
guy
player.
is all class. You know,
It is.
he's one of the best defenders in the
Is he
world.
34 or 35 right now, Mike? Gotta be 34 or
let me
35.
check.
He's got to be up there now.
Let's take some guesses. Pick one.
He
Pick a
played.
number.
He met Ibra. They played on AC Milan at the same time. And they left it.
And they both
of
left
them
at the
to go
same
to
time.
Chelsea.
Are we getting guesses?
I think 34. I would say 34.
What do you think, Aseba?
I'd say probably 35.
37.
Wow.
He's older.
No way.
For real, WD-40 on his joints.
The time moves faster for us.
I guess.
Wow.
Wow. That save, you know, what? Watching that save made me feel nostalgic thinking about Cannavaro, how he used to be able to do that when he used to clear a ball
The
for the line.
acrobatic
All the
clearances,
acrobatic
right?
saves.
Hey, before
It was
my
so fun to
hamstring
watch.
injury, I used to make saves like that.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Maybe on the couch on FIFA, maybe.
No, what do you mean, Babe? You got to see this guy in action, man.
You see,
You guys are sticking up for each other too much. I don't
Milan
like,
fans always stick up
I'm not
together.
liking this link up. That's too much.
hey, listen.
Man.
When I play,
We need someone like-
I demand respect and I demand production.
Okay, Saki.
When Sebastian plays great, especially when I'm playing defense with him.
Right.
So,
Yeah. But he doesn't act like you. You're making it seem like you're
I'm very
you're
calm.
world class.
are you nervous when you were playing next
No.
to me? This guy's like
Not at
a
all.
superstar, so I don't have to do
Nah,
much.
it's all Antonio and all the tactics being able to help me get better.
You see what a nice kid.
Ando's a great referee also.
Mm-hmm.
Very unbiased.
Or very, very unbiased.
Well, Mike, it's true, Mike.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I never lie,
You
Ando.
see, you see,
I
you
never
see?
lie.
This is what I gotta put up with every single
I don't know
time.
how you doing, man. God bless you.
He was born to instigate people.
Mike the Greek.
The instigator.
The
How do you say it in
instigator.
Italian, Anto?
Instigatore.
Instigatore.
Actually,
No,
the
it
word,
doesn't
it would be provocatore.
Provocatore, right.
Provocatore.
Provocator,
Provocator.
yeah.
Provocatore.
That's funny. What a name. What a name. Atalanta still up 1-0, 30 minutes in, so they're getting the job done so far.
You're staring at one of my favorite coaches of there, right there, Gasperini.
Right there.
Anto, would you sack Pioli right now if Gasperini agrees to come?
Yeah.
What?
All the hard work from Pioli?
What?
Sebastian, you gotta say something.
Listen.
Sebastian, you gotta say
Anto.
something.
Listen,
Because
Gasperini.
I don't want
Anto,
to say it.
un po' di fiducia.
No, I mean,
Come on.
I like what Pioli.
Unbelievable.
I like what Pioli is doing right now, but you don't want to compare
The
Gasperini with
instigator.
Pioli. You don't want to
Strikes
compare
again.
Gasperini with Pioli. Gasperini is just way over the top.
Sebastian, let's show some respect to Pioli, what he's done the past few seasons.
I just say that
You
I
just said
like
you
the
sack
job
him on
that
the
he.
spot. What kind of respect is
I
that?
like the job that he's doing, but
Sebastian, you think it's okay what he's saying?
No, not at all. I think you got to
Come
give
on,
Pioli a lot
hey,
more
we-
credit than
stand
that.
up for him.
we can
What he's
agree
done.
to disagree.
Of
so.
course.
What do you think? Tell him why you think, Sebastian.
No, I mean, listen, if you're looking at what Pioli's been able to do for Milan, Pioli changed the culture for Milan that has been going on for over 10 years of not being able to win, not having any opportunities to be in the top 4 of the league in the past over 8 years. Pioli's done more work for Milan than a lot of other
There
coaches
we
have
go.
tried.
There we go.
I take exception to that, and I'll tell you the reasons why. First of all, when Pioli took over, the team was not doing well for the first 6 or 7 or 8 games.
Trust
It's
me, I know. I was there. I saw it in
10
person.
games.
That's for all
When
coaches.
Ibrahimovic came on board,
True.
everybody speed went from 0
To 100.
100. So
you're
it-
putting more of the credit to Zlatan rather than Pioli? Is that what you're
well,
saying?
more Zlatan than Pioli right now because the mentality, and let me tell you something, mentality it's 99% of what you need to have.
True.
Winning mentality, leave everything on the floor and just don't F around with soccer. In other words, otherwise you're going to hear from it.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
But at the same time, what I would say in short is also you have to think about it like this. In the beginning of the season this year, we didn't have
I
Ibrahimovic
think
for a lot.
Atalanta
Whoa!
it's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
That's a pen.
Did he call it?
No, I don't think they called
Damn
it.
it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Pasalic, It looked
Another
like
ex-
they got fouled. Let's
another
see.
ex- Milan.
Let me see.
Another ex-Milan.
He didn't touch the ball.
Wow,
He
didn't
did
look
not
like
No,
touch
that's
the
a
ball.
penalty.
He
It looks
did.
like a
On the
penalty.
That's a
second
penalty.
chance,
On a second chance, that's a penalty.
It got his leg first,
Maybe
no?
it's under the view.
It looked
under
like
the
he got
view.
his... It looks
The
like...
first time he didn't. I'll slide.
Oh,
He did
they
slightly
look-
touch.
He pulled his.
He got clipped,
He got
though.
clipped.
Slightly,
Oh.
slightly. But you see, they gave it the penalty against
Wait,
AC
they're
Milan.
checking. Maybe they're
Wait,
checking.
maybe they're checking. They're doing
Oh, you gotta
Ah,
be kidding me.
yeah.
You see,
Maybe they did clip the ball.
they gave it
slightly.
against AC Milan. You remember that?
this. Don't even get me started. In Europe, Milan has been made an example of how every time that there is a chance for a call, it always goes against us.
Against us.
But listen,
Against
I'll
us.
be honest. Milan were in the group of death. This is the first time Milan were back in
But what does that?
ages.
But what does that have anything to do with it? We had Liverpool at one point,
I do agree against Atletico. It was a little...
and Atletico too.
It was a tough call. But
Very tough.
Milan did have their chance against Porto, which they did not impress me, which they should have won. But they didn't look like they were not the better team.
They were not the better team. They were not.
So they did shoot themselves in the foot. I do agree there's some calls that could have went either way. But regardless, I do feel like Milan, they take this as a learning experience. And they go out with their heads held high.
And it's important because now going forward, a lot of these guys that are going to be hopefully back in Champions League again next year, these guys are going to now learn from this experience.
Oh,
And you can't
100%.
you can't let the game go to the referee's decision because at the end of the day, you're going to get screwed.
Right.
And unfortunately, there seems to be some bias in Europe against Italian teams. And historically, looking back, even at Juventus years ago in the final when they were playing against Real Madrid, and many other opportunities there as well. Unfortunately, the referees haven't been on the Italian team side. It doesn't go the Italians'
But
way.
at the end of the day, they can control what they can control, and the rest,
But that's what I'm
let it
saying. You
play.
can't
Yeah.
leave it into the fate of the referees.
Exactly.
You have to take the game into your own hands.
There's 90 other minutes that Milan could have done something, and they did it. Yeah, it was unfortunate that a call went one way.
Right.
But we can't dwell on that.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But listen, it's not. Listen, this is just a part of the
Milan also
dynasty
got the
coming
most
back.
penalties last season in Serie A, so evens out all together.
Why you got to bring that up, Mike? What's that?
Because we're saying the penalties they were heartfelt by a specific call from the penalty. Other there's both two ways to see it.
I
But we're
don't
talking
know
about
about
two different
that, Mike.
competitions.
100%. But
And
we're talking about the same team.
Mike,
also.
if we were given
100%.
20 penalties on
Yeah.
our favors they were given, they were probably 60.
Right.
So maybe one out of three is being given
okay,
to us.
that's a question for
Ah.
another time. I
Don't
don't know.
forget that you are dealing with an Inter fan. over here, so-
Questo lo so. I know.
I'm very unbiased.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Oh, he calls himself an AC Milan fan too.
Yeah, I know. Mike the Milan fan. I
call
remember
myself a
that.
Serie A
Oh, yeah.
fan.
Mike, the Milan fan.
But
Mike,
I'm just trying to stay impartial though.
Did
It is
you
true.
remember that?
Oh, you're so impartial, Mike. I tell you.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Says
yeah.
Mr.
Where is my
Milan
knife?
over here.
My knife.
Where's the pitchfork? Get the pitchfork.
But regardless, like a team like Atletico that's been in Champions League year in and year out, they got the experience. They know, when to.
Man,
They
Juventus.
got the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Ooh, what
no.
a save by Szczesny. Juventus are starting to crumble. They're starting to make mistakes there in that back line. They got to focus, man. Come on.
Wow, that's Reece James.
Reece James. Look at that. Look at
What
this
a
shot.
shot.
Beautiful shot.
Nice save by Szczesny.
That was good.
Szczesny's has woken up a lot lately. I remember in the beginning of the year, he was having a very, very bad start. Now it looks like he's back to the way he was
He
before.
definitely made up for his bad start. He had a couple
Especially
of
against AC
Milan.
Milan when Kalulu took that shot over there and with his stupid finger
was a
he
crazy
deflected.
He got lucky
That would
fingertip
have
save.
been unbelievable. It would have
If
been.
Kalulu would have scored that goal, I think that San Siro would have jumped.
No,
literally in
we
the
will
air.
we will be on first place right now.
I agree. Why are they taking out? What?
Kante.
It must be some sort of
Something
injury
is
problem.
going on. Must
have gotten hurt.
So Ruben Loftus-Cheek is coming in for Conte. Conte.
You gotta change cities. Oh, not cities. I'm sorry. Spurs is also in London, right?
Yeah, Spurs in London. That's right. Sebastian, we never got your opinion on Conte going to Spurs. Were you surprised by this at all?
Money talks. What's up,
Money
dangerous
talks.
corner from
Rudiger.
Rudiger. It's a wide.
Money-
Ex-Roma, yeah.
Ex-Roma. So Chelsea's basically got the experience of two of the greatest center backs in Italy over the course of the past few years that have come from international play at least.
Listen,
international
Rudiger
players.
was in Roma. Salah was in Roma.
Silva was at Milan.
Silva was
Alisson.
in Milan. Alisson was in Roma. You're right.
There's a lot. Lukaku
Yeah.
at Inter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of relationships back and forth, right?
But
Jorginho was at Napoli.
Jorginho was in Napoli,
He's
right?
also Italian.
Hey, by the way, since we brought Jorginho up, if Chelsea gets a penalty, do you think they're gonna let Jorginho take it?
Probably. I think so.
Why?
Because of the fact that it's different. In England, he's had a conversion rate that's
I mean,
been
if they
almost impeccable.
wanted to miss the penalty, let him take it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if we're bringing this up now,
I
then
mean,
who-
hey, I like
Who
the
thinks
kid.
about Zuri,
that's
Anto?
exactly my
Because
question.
Bonucci scored 2 for Juve
I
over
like
the weekend.
And that's the way you take a penalty. And I'll say this to the camera, to all the viewers.
Hey, don't no.
Oh,
No.
Young
Pifak.
Boys equalized. Damn it.
Not
The American
sure.
with the goal.
Oh,
I think it was the
man.
the American with the goal for Young Boys. They equalized with Atalanta 1-1.
That's not good.
That is not good at all. Come on,
Maybe,
boys.
I think they're reviewing it. Let's see.
Let's see the
Come
goal.
on, boys, but not
Hope
young
that
boys.
Not Young Boys.
I hope they take it away. Let's see.
See.
Oh
Ooh.
no,
Wait,
no!
what would they
It's
be
a
taking
head.
away
It's a
for?
header.
He flicked
Actually,
it back.
it's an end ball. It's an own
Own goal.
goal.
What's out? Yeah, own goal.
It's
Is
on
it?
goal. I think it's on
Let's
goal.
see.
Watch. Boom. Number 15.
No,
Where's
Pifak.
no, it's no own goal.
No, Pifak, I think, was the one who made the last touch.
Damn it.
Wow, what a goal. That's like the goal that Perisic scored with Inter this weekend, actually. It was right there nearby
Yeah,
the
very
line.
close. You're right.
This guy wanna be Czech over here. Young
Wanna be
boys
Czech.
keeper.
Oh, because of the head. Because of the
right.
headgear. Because of the
You're
headgear.
right, Mike.
I know I'm right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. I got that from you.
He's learning.
You're
Anto.
learning.
I'm
Anto,
adopting
he's
your-
learning.
You're
I'm
learning.
adopting
learning.
your accent too.
You're
Arthur.
He's
learning.
got the accent and everything.
You see.
Oh, they are.
Don't you call this a?
Never go
I'm
check.
telling you.
Okay, let's see.
Maybe
What
they
was the
elbow
problem,
him.
though?
Let's see.
That's
foul?
harassment. Do you call this harassment?
Let's see.
Goal check.
Let's see again.
Offside.
Wait, but who did hit? Why would it be offside?
The one over here on
No,
the
it didn't hit
That
him.
was closest by the line. Yeah, hold on, wait.
check is over.
then
No, they
I-
gave it.
Damn it! They gave it. Okay, so 2 bad results so far for the Serie A teams. Oh man, that's not good.
It's okay.
40 minutes in.
Atalanta has the opportunity to score 5 goals this weekend. They'll score more than 1 today.
Okay, so our discussion was for that Zurianto. Who do you?
We had a
who's
lot
your
of discussions that we
penalty
kind of
taker,
got broken up just
Listen,
now.
to me, to be honest with
Be
you,
honest.
Pellegrini, I will take him.
so. Okay, but he usually doesn't start. Who start? What for the starters?
From the
All
starters.
right, for the starter.
Well, now that also takes into consideration if you bring in a player
I
like João
put
Pedro.
Locatelli if he's playing on Berardi. Berardi definitely.
Okay,
Berardi number 1 and Locatelli I will put at number 2.
I mean, Berardi does take it for Sassuolo,
right.
Definitely Berardi.
but he also plays at Sassuolo.
Doesn't matter.
Not
So
saying
what?
no-
That
not
doesn't
saying
matter.
disrespectful.
So what?
That doesn't matter though.
But to be honest, I'd give it to Bonucci, man.
No.
Why wouldn't you give it to him? Why wouldn't you? He's so calm when he takes it.
Anto, I'll tell
Why
you.
wouldn't
I'll tell
you
you
give it to
something.
him?
I'll tell you something. That
He
to
had
the camera.
two.
Bonucci is a player that I can't stand more than anybody else for some reason. This shot with the
Guys,
Oca,
you put
this
clubs
thing
aside. You
bothers
gotta
me.
put clubs. This for Italy
Hold
to
on,
go to
hold
the
on.
World Cup, Anto. You're being
But
stubborn.
I'm gonna give him a compliment. Wait.
Okay.
But Bonucci, I have to say, from the way that I saw those two penalties against, I'm sorry, who were they playing? Lazio when they scored against Peperina.
Lazio.
That's the way you take a penalty, Anto. Not this Jorginho che come ha fatto sto
The
little gallop.
hopscotch.
I don't agree with the Jorginho. I mean, I don't want Jorginho to take the
But
penalties.
Okay, so
if
who
you-
do you give it to?
If you're gonna give it to a guy to take a
I think
penalty,
Berardi.
So Berardi, who plays at Sassuolo,
I think
or
personally,
Bonucci that
that plays
for
at Juventus.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
But Juventus is on 7th place. So what does that make the Juventus?
But Bonucci,
Just because you play Juventus, you're supposed to take the
but
penalty?
Juventus went through more.
Went
than
through what?
Sassuolo
Went
did.
through what?
Europe, Champions League, winning
So
9
what?
times, having the mentality.
So what?
You build that mentality in your head.
Mike.
Aldo, I'm not here trying to convince you. I'm just saying my
sounds like
point.
you're trying to sell him on it. Mike.
Talent to talent.
But look, Sebastian,
Berardi
by winning 9
is-
straight seasons, doesn't that callous you in some sort of winning mentality to
Of
stay
course
more
it
cool
does,
under
but
the pressure?
Berardi,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Berardi, but I'm saying if I had to pick someone, I'd edge it to Bonucci.
No, you pick Bonucci. I pick Berardi. Let's see.
Okay, you're
Okay.
wrong.
All right. There's a case. There's
Wait,
a case. There's a
Sebastian, what
case.
do
Of, there's a case of wine on the line with that. Somebody's gonna buy somebody a
I
bottle of
would
wine, a case
say
of wine.
Berardi by
Anto's
far.
just corked his wine.
Berardi by far. Much better than Bonucci.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Well, I said my takes. You said your takes.
I still think Bonucci too.
Didn't he miss a
personally.
penalty on Euro, Bonucci? I think
No,
he did.
No, he scored.
it.
He
He
scored.
scored, right?
Look
Be-
at this guy. Anything to go.
Belotti. Belotti was the
You
one
put
who missed the
clubs
penalty.
aside.
Belotti missed the penalty in the final,
Belotti missed it.
right?
Yeah,
Mm,
Belotti.
you're right.
there's
Belotti and
another
Jorginho.
one.
You're
yeah,
right.
Yeah, it was 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well-
gotta make definitely some adjustments there.
Whatever.
I heard you like this kid Lorenzo Luca from Pisa.
Oh.
I like him too. He's amazing.
Not only
Ah.
that.
Oh,
Meno male.
Hey,
Great from Bonucci right there.
Bonucci.
And,
a
double
difesa.
check, Mike.
From Bonucci.
I
He plays
think.
at Pisa.
I think Colombo. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is playing in Spal with Giuseppe Rossi.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
Yep.
Colombo, I think, is going to be.
Colombo's a starter at Spal.
Yeah, he's going to be playing with Giuseppe Rossi on the Spal. So
He has a lot of opportunity to learn
He's
from
on loan.
Giuseppe.
Yeah,
He's on loan,
still
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, Bonucci! See what he did over there? It's a dangerous play. But anyway, talking about Pepito. Hey, listen, we're talking about another striker. I will let Giuseppe Rossi take the penalty if
I
he's
mean, if he
inside
get-
of the squad.
if he gets
He's
called
got
up-
it.
If he gets called up, then yeah, I
I
agree
mean,
with
if
that.
he's a designated penalty taker spot,
Listen,
yeah,
let me
that
tell you
is-
something. If somebody can, if somebody like Quagliarella can be called up, and if Giuseppe Rossi just
Oh.
puts big number over there in with
Yeah.
Spal, I will definitely give
Yeah,
him the chance.
100%. I'm
I
sure
think so,
Mancini would even consider that because he does call a lot of players that deserve it, and I
You
do
got
respect
that right.
that for him.
You
There's,
got
a,
that
there's a
right.
lot of opportunities for a lot of players coming up. We just have to see in the next couple of months to see how he plays and to see how he does. Hopefully he gets the call. That'd be great to see him back in the Azzurri.
And not to be bragging, guys, Giuseppe Rossi, the first jersey he signed it, and
Oh, no way. Yeah, you got that one?
he signed my name on. He said,
Yeah, yeah.
I heard
Pero
there was a
for
little bit of a
Antonio.
dispute about that. I wasn't sure if it was
I
Antonio
don't think so.
Antonio, it was
That's
IFTV,
for me. I
apparently.
can prove it to you.
Anto, we have a frame ready over
So
here.
I told Peter, make sure you
we
don't
know where you live if you take
make
it.
sure you don't smudge it. Just bring it over to me because it's gonna be framed. They just go into
Make
my.
sure it stays nice and clean.
You got that right.
Anto, by the way, there's some questions about. We all know Moise Kean didn't play the best at Everton. At PSG, I feel like he found his form a little bit. Now he's at Juventus. Do you guys feel it's a little bit strange that he hasn't really
He has been underutilized, Mike.
Yeah.
I
that
think.
he hasn't been playing more? Like after PSG, I thought he played very well, and against a player like Morata, who right now hasn't really been on form, Moise Kean hasn't really challenged for that spot. Is that weird for you guys, or is it just me?
I think the
I find it
position
strange.
the position are slightly different between Moise Kean and Morata. Moise
mean,
Kean
they're
is
both
more
strikers.
coming from the wing, from the right hand side, and Morata is more of a center. He's a forward, center
But Kean
forward.
plays as striker.
Right.
Yeah, but I would say technically Morata is better. Okay, and Moise Kean
There's
has
no
got the youth,
question.
he's got the youth, and he's got the speed, and he's got the anger for
He's a young boy.
for the game.
He's a
young boy.
He's a young boy.
He's a young boy that plays for Juventus.
Exactly. So,
So I don't know. I think Moise Kean is gonna have to just.
I expect him to see him more.
He's
more
gonna have to
minutes.
find the niche into Juventus squad, and he's gonna try to impress Allegri because many times many times, even during practice or training, you have to just, show to the coach. I said, hey, listen, by the way, you're wrong about keeping me on the bench for that long.
You got to prove
And
yourself.
let me tell you something. This is why I brought this point here up, because Ibrahimovic, even when he's on practice, he doesn't want to lose. Okay? For him, he gives everything in practice, and he expects everybody to have the same mentality and give everything that you have during practice to it. That's the only way you build that kind of a stamina and the mentality to go to the game and just do exactly what you do during practice.
You need that mental presence all the time. You can't just have that just in games.
You can be slacking during practice.
Oh, no, 100%. But, hopefully he does more in the second half of the season. I do want to see him more. Because at PSG, I started watching a few more PSG games for him, and he was performing good. He was scoring goals.
He was scoring
and he had
quite
a
a
lot
few
of
goals.
competition. He had much more competition at PSG than he had at Juventus.
But hold on, let's
straight,
think about
though.
this. He's what? Who were his competitors? You had Draxler, you had Icardi.
I mean, Mbappe, Icardi.
Well, Mbappe, there's no way you're gonna beat that guy for a position, Mike. Especially Moise Kean, he's not gonna outbeat Mbappe.
But Mbappe, there were many times that he was playing in a similar position.
similar
Even though
role.
Moise Kean sometimes did play on the right side a little
That's
bit
what
more
I
from
remember,
Moise
yeah.
Kean, but he did alternate. But I just find
That's a penalty!
Let's see, it looks
Oh,
like
Quadrato's been level at the edge of the box.
No.
I don't know what the hell is
No,
going
McKennie,
on.
That was
McKennie.
Keane. I'm sorry,
That
that
was
was
Keane?
McKennie. It was McKennie.
Oh, McKennie, sorry. Chiesa, come on.
Dai, Chiesa, Bentancur.
Come on, take a shot,
Take
take a
it.
shot! Bang!
Ah.
Oh, very close.
You gotta put that on target, man. Come on.
Very close.
Damn.
Oh,
The curl.
not that
Ah,
close.
She didn't curl it enough.
He curled, but
He tried to do the
wasn't enough.
tiragir.
It wasn't
but
enough. It wasn't enough Gir to
It wasn't enough Gir.
All
All right, the first half seems to be over for Atalanta. We got 1-1.
Wow. A little disappointed with Juve's approach. Didn't really have too many chances. Overall, they're gonna have to get a goal in the second half. So we're gonna see a different kind of Juventus pressing rather than sitting back and absorbing the pressure.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, Atalanta currently 1-1. It looks like
Who was that that helped?
Zapata looks like he got hurt.
Somebody.
Not
No,
Zapata.
Zappacosta.
Zappacosta.
Davide.
Oh, brother.
At the
That's not
same
good.
beginning of the name.
Zappa
Zappa.
Costa. You know what Zappa Costa means?
You told me before. I
All
forgot.
right. Zappa is la zappa. How do you say zappa in
The
English?
fishing rod.
No,
not
no.
the rod. I'm sorry.
It's the gardening
A
hole.
zappare la terra, un zappatore.
The
I know,
gardening
it's
the-
the gar-
that
I-
breaks
non mi
the
ricordo la
soil.
parola.
It's a
Brings
gardening
a-
tool.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a tool. Yeah.
Okay,
It's almost like a rake,
It's
but
like
it's not.
It's a hole. It's called
the
a gardening
peak is
hole.
Garden
pointed.
hole.
Yeah.
Okay, the peak is pointed. The zappa is kind of a flat, and it just take nice,
Right,
large
makes
chunks.
a
And
nice
Costa
large
comes
line.
from the Greek name Costa. So you guys are obviously taking something.
You sound
from
like
the
you're
Greek
taking something
language.
from my big fat Greek wedding. We're trying to find the origin
No,
of every word.
the thing is that everything that they have learned, they learn from us, from the Romans.
Except the Greeks, it was the
Listen.
ancient Greeks first, and then the Romans.
I don't
after.
think so.
I don't know
Listen.
if you know your history.
Let me show you.
You
the
went
sha-
fishing too
Let
many
me show
times
you the
instead of
shape
going
of
to
this
school.
bottle. What is the shape of the bottom? It's round. If you go to Greece right now, they still haven't found out that there is a round circle that they can just run over. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This guy.
We're learning geometry here, guys.
Oh, let's see from Papi Miller. Let's see what Papi has to say.
I think it's just a commercial.
Yeah, but they're gonna come back with the halftime report.
But yeah, guys, what you think? First half from both teams overall.
A little
We have plenty of
lackluster.
time. They have plenty of time to redeem themselves. Atalanta definitely they have all the tools to
I agree.
to put them out of their own misery. And Juventus they have to challenge Chelsea.
The thing is, Chelsea didn't really impress me that much on the attacking phase. So I do think Juve could do something. It's just, do they have that attacking capability that we've seen all season from Serie A, that they really are really lethargic and don't have that cutting edge in that attack? It's not easy for them to score. They don't play that really
They
nice
had
football.
chances. Morata had that chance right there.
That was the biggest chance.
That was
It
the biggest chance
that
they
Thiago
had.
Silva cleared. But other than that, they look kind of stale.
But that was also because of the fact they're playing a different game at that point. Now you have to go into it with a much more offensive attitude. Now you can't afford to just sit back and wait.
100%. Yeah.
That's what they were doing. They were sitting back, waiting, and they were on the counterattack. They had the chance to score. They couldn't do it.
It only works for so long until you concede.
Exactly.
So now they're on the back foot. We got to see how
The
they go from here.
unpredictability of Juventus is what's missing because with, for example, Dybala can give you some of those options. It's not easy to guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And other players, they just what they're already gonna do before even they get get to the ball. So I would say you need a fantasy chip right on the top of the box.
And I think we're gonna need to see a lot more of Chiesa in the second half because he needs to get more involved in the
quiet,
game. He's
right?
been very quiet.
Many of these players have been.
And I think that if he comes alive in the second half with a little bit more energy, and maybe they bring on some other reinforcement there, maybe if they bring in Keane, who knows? Maybe they can give him a chance to be able to come in.
You know what it
I
is?
wanna read their
Chelsea's got a very tough defense. It's got. I don't think the first game Thiago Silva played, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he did either. No.
So this time they have Thiago Silva, they have Rudiger, and they have what's his name?
Chalobah.
Yeah.
Who scored the goal.
So you know, it's a big challenge. It's a lot more work for them to try to figure them out. Me, I will just starting to take shots from outside because the keeper can be.
They got a good keeper. Mendy's a very
Mendy's a spectacular keeper.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you try to tread the needles and you try to work the ball into the net, you're not gonna find the space because of the quality of the defender that Juventus has. It's either you take the one-on-one like Morata did it and almost wound up scoring,
right,
or you're starting to take shots when you have a little space from just outside the box and you just take your chance from there.
I agree. Yeah, they definitely need to press more forward now, and they need to be able to make that attacking effort. They can't just afford to go only off of counterattack anymore. Like that game plan's out the window now.
Who would you make as a sub?
I mean, I'm gonna read their thing now. Some players that they can bring in:
Bernardeschi,
Kulusevski, Keane, Dybala, Artur.
Dybala is on the bench?
He is on the
Oh, wow, he is available.
Yeah.
They're not gonna bring Dybala in for this game.
I think it'll be tough to bring him in, but I definitely see Kulusevski coming in to do something. I just feel like the position Chiesa. Wow, look
What
at
a save that was.
Barcelona, Benfica. Oh,
Ter
my goodness.
Stegen between the sticks, man. He's something else. Look at
Let me
this.
see.
This goal was disallowed.
Golazo.
Wow.
It's a goal line, right? It's been validated. Look at this.
And also some context.
The ball went out. The ball went out.
The ball went out. Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought it was the goal line technology, but actually the ball was curled outside.
The ball curled and went
How
out.
unfortunate is that? You score a nice goal against Barcelona. And
Menos mal.
some context. The first leg was this. Benfica won 3-0 against Barcelona.
Oh, my God.
That's a tiragir. My God.
Fun fact, we got a
at
Greek
that.
goalkeeper from Benfica.
Greek goalkeeper? Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, that means it's not good.
Mike, whatever ended up happening with Karnesekis? Where is he at now?
Karnezis?
Karnesis.
He
what
plays
happened?
he was in deal with Oshiman to go to Lille.
Right. Oh,
Not Lille.
Not
Yeah,
Lille.
was it Lille?
Was it Lille? Actually, I think you were right. I think it might have been Lille.
I'm pretty sure it was Lille.
Subscribe to Paramount.
And the voice is back.
Subscribe.
The ASMR
Look at the
guy.
description. It's at the bottom of the screen. Like it and subscribe it. Okay?
That's right. And Anto,
Investigate now.
and the good thing you said that because we do have the link for the Paramount Plus.
Guys,
7 days
Plus.
free. Let them know.
the link for Paramount Plus, it's at the bottom too, and it's $4.99. Do I have to say it louder? Subscribe. You think they can hear me?
They can hear it.
I think they
feel
can
like
hear
it's a
you.
soothing voice that you're playing this.
It's all ASMR now today.
Yeah,
That's what we're
they're
doing
like-
today.
We gotta play a video for Anto after the stream, see how he likes that. Because people actually do that for they whisper, and people like listening to that.
They're like listening to it.
Like
That's
the whole
why
video's whispering.
But that's what I'm saying. When you say louder, maybe they don't get it. That's why I'm whispering right now.
Because you usually scream into the mic.
I do
top of
scream
your
into the
lungs, you
mic,
know? And
yeah.
the poor guys, their ears bleed. But now you're whispering. So, but guys, regardless, like Anto said, link in the description. 7 days free. We got Paramount Plus. Anto, we're not just Serie A, not just Calcio, but we got the Champions League on it too.
The
What else do you
champions.
want?
What about the Europa League?
Europa
And the
League,
Conference League.
And the
League.
Conference League. And movies.
And streaming.
And streaming.
And TV shows.
And news.
Not for anything. I saw a documentary that they had on Paramount Plus with in Europe during the pandemic. It was amazing. Wow.
In Europe, so you are saying to me that if I go to Italy, I can just pull the app from my phone. I can just watch Paramount Plus on my phone
I
too.
think it's that simple, right, Mike?
Well, it's right now. It is in the U.S.
No, but I'm
that
saying
we
if
have-
you
Wait a
go
moment, Mike. If I
internationally.
go to Italy, when my phone attaches to the satellite, to the American satellite, when I make phone calls, I think I should be able to watch it regardless.
I mean, if it's an American satellite, I don't see why not.
I don't know how you get an
American
American satellite. If you have, if you have, let's say, for example, if you have American I guess, provider, I guess, would it be? I don't know.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
When
if it would be American provider, yeah.
When
You could see the games on TV from Paramount.
Well, when I go
CBS.
when I go to Italy, my phone automatically picks up the the national carrier. It goes from Verizon into Vodafone. That's called Vodafone.
Vodafone.
So that's the equivalent of Verizon over there in Europe. So
I guess.
I don't
yeah.
think I think your wife probably does it for you because you don't realize, but she switches the thing so it can be international.
I
So it
gotta-
doesn't just automatically switch.
I gotta
I'm
make
scared
sure.
that they
I gotta
become
make
that.
sure. Yeah, I gotta make sure I can block my wife when I go to Europe to watch Paramount Plus.
Uh-oh.
So guys, please subscribe.
What do you guys,
Now.
what do you guys think of
Alexis,
Antonio's new voice, guys? What do you guys think?
Oh,
We got anything in the comments about the voice? Any of the ASMR fans in there?
Check this out.
It's funny.
Someone said, Anto, that's not how phones work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a feeling. But
Because I said myself, I said, if that's the case, all I have to do just get a USB connection that I can attach from the phone into the TV, and I can watch it on the full screen over there. I can watch 4 or 5 games at the same time.
absolutely. But so the second half is. I want to go through the table right now,
As it
see what's
stands.
going on. Yeah, as it stands.
Well, Juventus would still be. They would be in second place if it stays like this. If they lose, right?
Maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe
not.
because it depends on the last game, right, Mike?
Well, I'm saying as it would stand in terms of this week
This
before that
week.
game. Yeah, I'm not sure if they would.
Right now, they're both tied on 12 points.
Okay, so they would be tied.
And if this happens, I believe it's gonna go to head-to-head and goal difference. But if they both each win one, it's gonna be going to goal.
Juventus.
To
It's
goal
gonna be
difference.
going to goal difference. Now I'm gonna check who has a better goal difference. Wow, they both be tied on goal difference. So I think then the next tiebreaker would be goals scored.
Jesus.
And Juventus actually scored more goals. This is if everything stays the same. So I just went through like 3 tiebreakers right now.
Right.
But if it does stay 1-0 like this, it seems like Juventus would still be first. But then again, there's still one more game after this, so you do not want to leave it till that. You know, if you end up going in first place, you get a favorable draw because you play the second place team of another group, and if you go in second, you play a first team of another,
Gotcha.
Of another group,
So
yeah.
you get a favorable draw if you do. So there's an incentive to finish.
So
first.
technically, nothing is lost so far, even though Juventus is
yeah,
down
I
1.
know.
No, they
It's
still-
only one goal, but
it's
still a
still-
lot to
yeah.
play for.
It's still an opportunity for them to still be able to make first place. They just have to wake up in the second half now. We gotta get the better result earlier. We can't wait till later on. We can't pull what the Nazionale unfortunately pulled. We can't wait till the last minute and put everybody and their mother through an entire nation under stress. We got to be able to claim that win now, be able to move forward now. But
So Sebastian, how's school so far?
very, very busy, Anto. Very, very busy. This is how I like to get to spend some of my free time when I have my breaks to be able to be here with my friends. And thank you so much.
I'm sure
again
you
for the
enjoy it,
invitation.
Sebastian. We gotta, it's a stress reliever culture, right? Anto's
Yeah.
always
Absolutely.
here he always leaves his job so he can come here. You guys at the studio?
You don't have to make so obvious.
Open the door, I'm coming.
A lot of trips to the vet, quote
I'm
unquote.
at the vet right now.
I
He's at
feel
the
bad
vet.
for you.
This
Could
is-
could you imagine what the thing? Your poor dog
Mike,
goes to the
I'm
vet all the
wait-
time.
Mike,
His
man.
dog is in the back getting
It's
treated
right-
by the vet right
the
now.
vet- Mike, the vet is next
vet's
door.
right there.
I'm just waiting
We got the
over
IFTV
here.
studio. We got the vet. We got everything over here.
There's cats, there's dogs, there's all types of
forget it.
animals back there.
See,
So,
now,
so here's an interesting question for you, Mike. How much do you think the Juventus fans right now are missing Ronaldo when Ronaldo's still able to continuously, game after game, still be able to provide those results for Manchester United? Because I don't know if you saw earlier, we were talking about it before, Ronaldo scored a goal again.
I mean, first of all, just the aftershake of him leaving, it left Juventus in. They were
Shell-shocked.
scrambling.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to score. No one really stepped up. Let's be honest. Chiesa's trying, but he's not doing the best. Dybala hasn't really stepped up, and they're not scoring the same amount of goals. As you can see, they're 8th place in Serie A. So there's obviously.
There's a huge hole missing there.
So
Yeah.
there's they have good defense obviously, but the person that scored the goal, those clutch goals that Ronaldo's been scoring left and right last season. What, he scored 35 goals last season? That's definitely missing from them. They are coming back slowly but surely, but it's gonna take time. We do see them much stronger. They've been
Right.
winning their past few games in the league, obviously in Champions League. but definitely messed them up. In the long run, I can see this being a positive thing. 'Cause they're gonna
Absolutely,
rely
I
as
agree
a team.
100%. On the long run, you have
Yeah.
to do that because Ronaldo it's about to end his career very soon. If it's not going to be the end of the year, it's going to be next year.
But it definitely was
That's
a
it.
hit to Juventus overall.
Yeah.
Everyone sees it. Ronaldo's a great player.
And then a follow-up question for you. Who do you think would be potentially the next player that would come in to be able to kind of help fill that role? Because, again, like you said right now, nobody stepped up necessarily within the squad. They brought in Keane, they have Morata, they have Dybala, but again, and Chiesa. But none of these guys have been able to live up to the hype and to be able to fill in the shoes of Ronaldo. Who do you think is the potential next player that's going to come in to make that big
Either
difference?
Lewandowski or Haaland.
Lewandowski and Haaland. There's a lot of big names that are very
I
expensive
mean, first of all,
names on top.
Lewandowski, he's
Those are-
very old.
those
He's
are-
not
Not that
very-
old.
He's old.
Not
He's
that
expensive.
old. What's
He's
he,
not that
31?
old.
31?
He's
What
got
is
to
he?
be. He's got to be in his young
Okay,
30s.
let's take
Double
another
check.
guess.
Let's take another guess.
Let's take another
Let's take
guess.
another
Go,
guess.
let's see who's closer.
31.
I say
31.
32. 33 maybe.
31.
Pick one,
31.
Sebastian.
33, fine. If we're gonna
Anto?
31.
33.
Eh,
Bingo!
There we go.
But listen, 33
He's
is
still
not
young.
young.
Then forget
though.
about Lewandowski. Then,
He's in his prime
But
right
if you
now.
want,
Haaland.
first of all, Lewandowski's not going to leave Bayern. Why would
No,
he leave Bayern?
he wouldn't
No.
leave
So
Bayern.
it's not a real argument.
Haaland,
Let's be
make it-
realistic.
make a sign.
Haaland is realistic, but he's
Re-
crazy expensive.
Yeah,
Could
that-
Juventus
that's-
afford not
They
only
just-
his wages, but
They
his
just
price tag, his
recapitalized,
transfer?
Mike. They just recapitalized. So that means they get a
What does
lot
that
of more
mean?
money coming in. There's a lot more money available for Juventus to make purchases.
So do you think a team like Juventus could compete with a Premier League team that can spend 120 million? To me, I don't think so.
But listen, they need
a
to
team
sell
like,
too.
A
They
team
need to
like
sell.
Chelsea just threw 120
Just threw
million
in
like,
money
like
like
nothing.
that.
Like
Listen,
it was
the
change.
120 million, when you're getting 40, 50 million from the people that you're going to be selling, there is a lot of players that they can be on
but
the
why-
block.
Okay, but
You just you figure you're spending 60, 70 million, you get a player that is going to be, he's got guarantee. You need
also
somebody.
nothing. Why would Haaland go to Juventus if right now they're struggling to even make Champions?
Why would he stay over there at Borussia Dortmund? They
I'm
hasn't
not
won
saying,
anything.
no, but he would go to a team like in the Prem.
No, but the whole
A
point is
Premier
that
Like
League.
he's trying
what? No,
What do you
no. I
mean?
think it's a big thing for him if it comes to Torino.
That would
But
be
Anto, if they're struggling
Come
to
to
make
Serie A,
top 4, if they're
Mike.
struggling to make top 4, because Milan can't afford them.
We are here
Inter's not gonna pay
promoting
for him.
Serie A. We want Haaland in
You-
Serie
100%.
A.
I
If you
definitely
ask
want
me-
it, but there's got to be some logic in here also.
If you ask me,
Right?
Come
I
on,
think
it's money. Juventus has got money.
Listen,
They can pay.
logistically, it would be the most favorable thing, especially because of the fact that Mino Raiola is his agent and he's been able to make deals with Juventus
Second
plenty,
half underway.
plenty of times before. But the only issue is there, going to finish up the argument real quick, is that he's a very expensive fee there. You're going to have to pay a lot of money. And plus, he's not going to be cheap when it comes to his salary either. He's not going to be taking any salary cuts just to play for
How
Juventus.
much is he
on top.
taking in right now?
I don't know,
10?
but I think it's at least 10, if not more. And that's a lot of money for Juventus, especially because of the fact not only are you going to have to pay big bucks to get the player to Torino, but at the same time, you need to be able to pay him that money there. I think personally, kind of to wrap up the argument, I think Vlahovic might be the answer for them.
But listen, Sebastian.
For Juventus,
For
I don't
Juventus.
think he's going to
Sebastian,
become.
If you're a
100%.
Haaland and you see Juve barely struggling to make, because we really don't know if they're going to make top 4 this season.
Right.
There's a lot of competition with. I think the top 3 are the lock. I think Napoli, Milan, Inter are going to make it. Atalanta, look how good Atalanta are. Roma's there, Lazio's there. Juve have some competition top 4. So if you see Haaland saying, "Wow, Juve are struggling to make top 4," then you see maybe they might not even pay me as much as a team
that's
like
why-
Chelsea, a team like Manchester City, like Liverpool.
But that's why I'm saying the Vlahovic option makes a lot more sense.
The thing with Vlahovic too, it's gonna be hard for Comiso to sell to direct competition, and also the fees.
It's
asking
not up
for.
to him
But
anymore,
he's done
Mike.
it. But
It's not up to
it's
him.
not up to him anymore. Number one, and number two, he's done it before. He's got Bernardeschi, Chiesa, all these guys from Fiorentina. He's all floating into Juventus.
I
What makes you think
understand
that he wouldn't do the
I
same
understand
thing?
that happened.
You know what it
before,
is?
but-
I'll tell you what is going to make the deal is going to happen. That Juventus is not going to be able to offer more than 60, 70 million for Vlahovic, and a big team from either Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Chelsea or Man U. They probably have the money to sign him.
I hope in a way that you're wrong, because that
I hope he doesn't leave. He doesn't leave the Serie A.
It would be such a
because,
shame to lose a guy like that in Serie A.
Yeah, let's
It
keep
is,
him in
yeah.
Serie A, and let's make sure that he doesn't score against AC Milan when
Not
You
again.
know what's
when
crazy?
we play.
Not again. That was just brutal.
With
But
Vlahovic, only in 2021, only one player has scored more goals than him.
That's
and it's Lewandowski.
Lewandowski.
And this guy's 21 years old.
Listen,
This guy's a baby.
despite the loss that AC Milan suffered against Fiorentina, I will say that the treatment that this guy here, Vlahovic, has been given in Florence is like a gold gloves. And Rocco been a soccer, fan, and he loves the kid, but the
Yeah.
kid at the end of the day doesn't want to stay over there. So he's gonna have to find the perfect
It's-
balance to either mitigate him or convince him to stay in Florence
Right.
for more money,
That's-
just to sell him to the best competition over there. But I think Rocco will not let him go to any particular team, especially to Juventus.
I
He's
hope you're
probably
right.
gonna make a clause that says, "Listen, you can leave."
Close.
The-
Of course.
The clause that you can leave at the condition that you're not signing either for Inter or for Juventus. If he wants to come to AC Milan, I can make a few phone calls, right?
we
Listen,
gotta-
you have the
Sebastian.
direct line to Stefano with
Yeah,
Pioli.
right.
You talk to him.
Yeah,
Talk
but
to Gazidis.
apparently, Pioli, you sack him for Gasperini in a second, so I don't know how close you are with him.
Wow.
But Bobby,
That's a good
Bobby Asker said Holland is asking for 30 million a year. Serie A
Echo.
is out of the question.
30
That's
million.
a lot.
Who's
That's
asking
a
for
lot.
30 million?
Haaland.
No.
I told you,
I
it's
mean,
a
he
lot
could. He's a
of money.
generational player.
So
Yeah.
what?
Anto, that's what the
Anto,
price is
that's
going
30.
for.
That's 30
Don't think
million
about the
euros
80s
a
anymore
year.
that people
Not
are
even
making.
That's a
Messi.
lot of
Not
money,
even Messi
Anto.
makes 30 million a year.
They're getting paid in lira or something. This is a
Oh,
different-
maybe
this
in
is a-
drachma.
Here we
But
go.
this is a different time, Anto.
Chelsea counter.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice stop by Delict.
Nice. That leak hits it out for a corner. Oh, look how close the fans are to them. This
but
guy's
that-
gonna hop on their back.
But that's how a lot of the stadiums in England
That's
are.
why.
it should be like that,
That's
though.
why the English
I don't know,
Premier
I-
League is they're very successful in filling up the stadium because the direct relationship between the players and the fan. Over here, if you
the
go
thing
to
is, in Serie A, they have the Olympic ring.
right,
Right.
except
comes
for
from
few
the Greek
stadium
games,
in
by the
Italy.
way.
Yeah, Mike, you're absolutely right. Except for few
Of course
stadiums
I'm
in
right.
Italy.
Yeah, I mean, Stadio Olimpico has it.
Yeah,
Oof. Chelsea's knocking on the door again.
yeah. Juventus has got a beautiful stadium. San Siro is a beautiful stadium. Genova is a beautiful stadium.
Udinese is
Udinese
a
got a
beautiful-
beautiful
yeah.
Oh, they're gonna a
stadium.
beautiful stadium.
So
Soon enough, Fiorentina's gonna have Viola Park over there. Maybe they might have their
Oh
own
yeah.
stadium too.
Oh yeah.
Rocco
pushing
Comiso
for
and
that.
Joe
But
Barone
the
are
only
doing a great
problem,
job
the only
over there.
problem over there, Sebastian, is that Il Franchi is being designed by one of the top architects in the history of the world. It's,
Right.
It's gotta be
Pier-
modernized a little
no,
bit.
it's
a lot,
Pierluigi Nervi. Pierluigi Nervi is one of the best engineers slash architect, strutturista. Is the one that he plays with the structure and to which a lot of upcoming architects they refer themselves and they study very closely.
They study a lot of his methods. Yeah.
He
and
was
his work.
he was a real maestro. Japanese a lot. They copied him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Somebody
Rabiot
Rabiot got hit in the face.
Yeah, in the face with the ball. He got drilled in the face there. That's gotta hurt.
If Pierluigi Nervi was not the original designer of the stadium
Of the
and the
Franchi.
fact that the stadium is an icon, the Commisso would have been more successful in try to get the new stadium
Right.
built in Florence.
Because when you have something that's so special like that, they don't want to be able to ruin it or
Yeah,
touch it too.
100%.
It's even the ownership and the
city.
municipalities, they're not easy to deal with. Not
Right.
just in Florence. Look what's going on in
No,
Rome,
everywhere.
in Milan.
In
It's-
Italy, in general.
But in Milano, they gave.
Rabiot really looks like he's.
the municipality.
Ooh,
Are they it looks like he's.
The municipality are reluctant to give up the revenue that a stadium can bring in when it comes down to the ticket
Right.
price and
But see, that's
true.
another big thing for they're
Yeah.
all private owned in England.
Right.
In the
Right.
UK, all
they're
the-
owned by the team. No, not by the team, by the
No, it is by the team.
the teams?
All the money goes to the club.
To
In,
the s-
in Italy, for the people that don't have the club-owned things, they get a percentage goes
Yeah.
to the city and a percentage to
right
the
because the
team.
municipio della città. Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
So now, if
Right.
100%, you get 100% revenue for the tickets and stuff.
Well-
You obviously have a bigger advantage to someone that gets a portion of that.
Yeah, the formula
know?
of the revenue share, it needs to be studied and worked out to make sure
Oh, we
that.
gotta
Atalanta,
go.
we gotta go.
Palomino with a goal and Atalanta
I
are
said
back
that.
2-1,
I knew
baby.
it.
I said that. I
There
mean,
we
this is
go.
going to be just a question of time because Atalanta, forget it.
Palomino.
There we go.
You look how many tifosi from Bergamo
Yeah.
they go over there.
Bergamaschi,
all the way to-
they're definitely there for
Well,
that
it's
team.
not that far the trip anyway.
True, I saw that
They
Svizzera.
can
It's
take a
only
nice
up there,
train
yeah.
ride, right?
Well, train ride. Plus, you get
Train-
into the car, you take the Stel, you take the Brennero.
Yeah.
This is. I'm not here.
Is this the vet's office, Santo?
Can I call you later?
I remember when we started at Milano, though, it was a bus ride away to go to.
No, Switzerland is
to
not
go to
too far
Switzerland.
away from over
But I
there.
think Basel's a little bit.
Maybe a little bit further north.
But regardless, it's very Switzerland and Italy are very close.
Wow, what a goal at Palomino.
I think the flex of Zapata's back too.
That's it.
You think?
Czech had no chance.
Check 2.0 or 0.5 didn't have a chance.
Atalanta goal.
Or
check.
point
Right,
hole.
Anto?
Yeah.
Palomino Grande and Atalanta are back
Back on top. There we go.
doing their duties.
Their duties. Come on.
Okay, let's see.
Hey, what happened with McKenny with the little collar on the top of his hair over there? Did he run out of ink over there to get his
He tried
own
to take
collar?
he tried to take a page out of Pogba's book.
Like DeMarco, he painted the
I
entire
like it.
head with that kind of a collar. Everybody's
Cool.
using the same
Everybody's
color.
into that now.
Neymar started
Anto, we should do your red.
Yeah.
Your peach fuzz on the side, we should do red.
red,
What do you think?
no black and red.
Black and red, like Theo.
We can
Yeah,
do
like
it?
Theo, yeah.
Like Theo
We'll go to the
Ibrahim
salon
Diaz.
right after this.
Ooh,
Ooh.
another save.
Like-
Anto, what do you
it.
think? We'll go to the salon right after this.
What kind of salon? Salon Joe?
So they can dye your
Joe.
hair.
Okay.
We're
No,
good
we have
with
right
that?
here. Right,
But if you don't like, you could just shave it off.
If,
no?
if Milan wins tomorrow, you should dye your hair.
That'd
Anto.
be
absolutely.
funny,
That
no?
I'll take that. I'll
Just put a
take
hat
that.
on if your wife sees it, right? Be like, it's cold.
It's cold.
Mike, watch the
winter.
game.
Bentancur losing the ball.
No. Oh, no!
Ah.
Nice defense.
Oh, good defense by Juventus. That was a very
But that was a
dangerous
big
play.
mistake by Bentancur, man. You got to do a lot better than that, man. Ooh.
What a.
Kenny, aye.
Anto, we got a question for you from Ali. He said, Anto, Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton? Who do you pick?
It's
Oh, come
very
on.
close. It's very close.
I don't
But
watch Formula
Anto.
1, so I don't
I
know.
gotta tell you something. I have a lot of sympathy for Max Verstappen. He's so much talent. If the guy will have exactly the same car that Hamilton had, it would be
He would
by
beat him.
far.
He's Dutch,
He
right?
would beat him.
Yeah, much better
Like Van
pilot.
Basten.
Oh my God!
Wait, is Verstappen Dutch or is he?
He's
think
Dutch.
he's
He's
both.
Dutch.
Oh,
He's
he's
Dutch.
Dutch? Okay.
He's Dutch or
His
something
father.
else.
His father was a great Formula One pilot too. Josh Verstappen.
I think
Josh
he's
Verstappen.
mixed, but he declared
Dutch.
himself.
You know what? Lately, the McLaren and the Red Bulls, they got caught with some minor technicality.
Belgian Dutch.
Belgian
and
With
US.
some
Those are mixed.
minor technicality that they cost them some of the spots into the starting grid because the McLaren was fooling around a little bit with the DRS, and same thing with the
Red
Red
Bull.
Bulls. They try to take advantage of or try to
rules,
hide some of the rules, so they got
But with
caught.
Formula One, what it's always been, I remember even in the earlier years when you had Schumacher, when I was younger, when I was first watching him race when I was a kid. With Formula One, it's all about racing to the point when you get caught with any of these types of violations, because all these teams are trying to make all these small modifications to be able to try to find a way
Right.
to make which car better and faster than the other one. And if you're really good at hiding it, and there was a point that Ferrari for a long time
Right.
was hiding. Ooh!
Damn it! Reece
Same guy.
James Doubles the
James.
lead for Juventus.
Oh,
Che
yeah.
bomba, che boom che tirato. Wow.
Anyway,
my
Formula One is a very exciting game. So
Very exciting.
I don't know
sport.
if you ever met Matt LaBelle.
Mike LaBelle, yeah.
Mike LaBelle. Okay, Mike is one of our best friends and big follower
I
of
saw
the
him and
podcast.
Peter were going around. They saw that they had those in the garage. They had all the Red Bulls over here in New York.
Apparently, Mike, it's a very good friend with Max Verstappen.
No
So,
kidding.
yeah.
I never knew that.
So and
I was never in Formula One. I never.
for the first time next year,
We gotta talk to Mike to
Sebastian.
get tickets in Austin. Well, in Texas.
No, but we have Miami. I know.
Oh, Miami,
Next
that's
year is
right.
going to be Miami. We
Ah,
can
Lord,
do
I
3
forget about
Grand
it.
Prix. We
3
can do
Grand Prix.
Miami. We can do Montreal and we can do Austin.
Beautiful.
To be
Or
honest,
Indianapolis, whichever
now
the
that I
case
think
might
about
be.
it, LaBelle invite us for this Formula One thing, and we didn't go. Peter went, I think, instead, and we're like, we couldn't do it. Or
Get out of
something.
here.
Yeah.
How come I was not aware of that?
I mean, he
guys are gonna be in trouble
it
for
was
not
like,
telling
we asked anyone
Antonio.
else, he was like, anyone but Antonio.
Oh.
I'm kidding. He
Mike-
just invited me. Who was gonna give it? I don't have the tickets.
Mike, no, come on, you know better than that. Those guys, they don't even care about Formula One. I just
No, I
wake
don't
up
know
at
anything
night
about
and then I
Formula
put
One.
my alarm clock because I know I have a natural clock, but just in case I
Just
have
to
my
watch the
alarm
race.
clock. Yeah.
Really, you like it that much?
And my wife, she
I
said,
grew up
"What are
with it
you
too.
doing?"
I never understood it.
Oh.
There's
My
so
father.
many
What
moving parts.
Mike,
so
it's
many.
not- it's very
it's such a
technical.
beautiful sport. Oh my God.
He doesn't understand the undercut when people they come in to
Yeah,
change
no, I
ahead
don't
of the
understand.
time.
Right.
So it's too much.
It's
much.
a very big technical and strategic sport.
Yeah.
You guys just made me feel stupid.
No.
No, you're not, Mike.
it's
It's
above
not
your
your
IQ.
Mike,
Mike, it's also.
it's not
Mike,
your fault, Mike.
Mike.
It's not your fault.
The
You
Greeks
need to be
invented
smart.
Formula One, Anto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they invented
But
the
yeah,
wheel.
There's definitely a lot of. There's definitely a huge, especially in Europe. I do think it's bigger.
It's much
in,
bigger there.
Europe than it is over here in North.
Well,
It
over
is
here,
growing- it
over
is
here
growing
you have
over here.
NASCAR.
You
You
have
have a
so
lot.
much.
You have
You
a
have
lot
IndyCar.
of Indy cars and all the stuff.
No.
So
Mizzica 3-0. 3-0.
this is
What
good.
is going on?
This is gonna do
Hudson Odie with the third.
Hudson Odoi scores the third.
Wow.
Juve just fell apart.
This is the goal differential that we were discussing before, Mike. Maybe not.
Maybe not now. Who knows? Let's check.
Yeah, I know. This is definitely not helping their...
This is not helping them.
That's for sure.
Wow.
Let me have the
3-0.
score. What could this... There's still 30 minutes left.
But it's Marco, by the way.
He's streaming.
He's streaming
Oh,
or
he's
he's
streaming?
screaming?
Screaming.
He must be screaming right now.
Wow.
Let me see. Maybe it's an offside. No, it's
Sebastian, what do you
not.
do if you're Allegri?
You need to make changes right away. At this point, you can't afford to concede more goals. You can't, because at this point you're falling apart under pressure there. And for like you said, for the goal difference, they need to be able to make some type of a change.
Come on, but look at that. Look at that.
Look at this.
This is what I'm saying.
Look at this. Oh my
at
God!
this.
How are you letting these guys dance around you like that?
Oh no.
And Pulisic made a good fake there. If people are looking at that, wow.
Well, Quadrato was thinking that the guy maybe is going to take the shot, and then he
Right.
waited a little bit more.
He hesitated.
Sometimes you have it's not the defender. Sometimes it's the offensive move that they make. It's just impossible to guess.
Well,
so.
don't forget, these guys are the reigning champions currently right now. So you have to expect that they're going to come to try to get these points.
Ah, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
He's our penalty taker.
I mean, we're always skeptical playing in London too. It's it's always gonna be a tough game. The defending champs.
It's Sandro. Yeah, where's that aggression 10 minutes ago when you needed it to be? Come on. Nah, Chiesa's not having his day. Today's not Chiesa's
I think
day.
Atalanta is going to score one more time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
They're definitely putting a lot of pressure. Look at that.
Aye.
Come on.
So now the main,
Dybala's in. Dybala's in.
There you go.
Dybala came in from Bentancur. So the main tiebreaker right now, we got it from Ghost. Thanks for the comment. He said this head-to-head goal difference.
What's that?
So now Chelsea, Juve
got
won 1-0, and now
3-0.
Chelsea won 3-0. So they're up 3-1. So obviously they're tied on points, but Chelsea would remain in first place if this holds. And
Bummer.
I mean, if Juve score 2 goals, even if they lose, it'll keep it even.
He'll keep it even, right?
But it's tough. It's tough. In other news, Malmo beating Zenit right now, 1-0.
Does that make a difference in any way? No, right?
I don't think it does.
There's Lukaku. Look.
Yeah, Lukaku's chilling.
Lukaku's hanging out.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference with the Malmo.
Doesn't make a
game.
difference,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they're too far back. But yeah, Chelsea would be, if this result holds, Chelsea are in first. Damn it.
Damn.
But Chelsea are sending in waves. 30 minutes left, and it looks like they're close to scoring a fourth, and Juve are going to score
They're not holding
first.
back. They're going to try to, because they know what they have to do. They knew what the objective was.
True.
They need to score as many goals as possible. They need to capitalize on the opportunity, and that's what they're doing right now. They're doing a great job of it.
Damn it, man.
Wow.
You know what it is? They took a very very badly the fact that they got slapped around by Juventus on the first game, and
Not
so
to mention they got
Juve
shut out.
played a flawless game.
Yeah.
At
They got
first.
shut out.
They played beautiful.
It was unbelievable.
They didn't let Chelsea do it.
not with their best player on the field too, so they managed to win the game. So Gaetano was right yesterday. Gaetano said that
He said he wasn't
I see
confident.
Juventus
He said he wasn't confident.
losing
with them,
2-0. And Marco said no. I feel like Juventus has got it.
But you know what it is at the end of the day, and I hate to say this because people are going to obviously make comments about Milan last year getting penalties, but you can't win by just taking penalties. That's it.
It's true.
Unfortunately, yeah, you beat Lazio. Everybody's raving. Oh yeah, you beat Lazio 2-0. What a big outstanding performance. I didn't see it like that.
I didn't
They got
see it
lucky.
either.
They got lucky with 2 opportunities
Yeah,
where
they-
Lazio was
well,
I
sleeping.
think
They
it was more
capitalized
Lazio
and they
being
just-
poor overall.
Right,
True.
but Lazio they beat themselves, I
but-
think.
But Lazio beat themselves.
Juve
exactly.
did play better, but nothing spectacular.
Right. And again, if you want to be one of those teams that's going to compete to be in the top 4 for next year, you're going to have to do a lot better than that. You're going to have to do a lot more than that.
That's what I'm saying.
You drop points against Milan. You drop points against.
Hey, let them drop points against Milan. Don't
lot
make
of-
it.
Listen,
Don't make it like
I
you
don't
know.
disagree, but I'm just saying that that's the reality.
Please.
And trust me, I'm happy that they did. But at the same time,
They
if
could have dropped more than 1 point. Instead, could have dropped an extra 2 if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that save that this guy
Bro,
Couple
you know
made.
what, I'm not liking Allegri's football. I feel like it's a little outdated.
I don't think so. I think he's got a great way of playing. I think it's just the fact that the players don't want it. There's no energy on the field. There's no.
I gotta tell you something.
There's no triumph. There's nothing.
Let me tell you what's my take about Allegri. First of all, as soon as Allegri came on board, Ronaldo made that decision right there. I said, "Hey, this guy's gonna be the coach. I'm out." So what he did. He already he's starting to make the phone calls. He asked his agent, said, "Hey, listen, I gotta get out." So because he didn't leave before the beginning of the season, he left during the season.
While it started already.
So that tells you that something just must have the trigger into the head of these guys that I want out. So with Ronaldo gone, I think the ownership. They got what they wanted. You know why? Because they said, "Hey, we're gonna get Allegri back, and then let him rebuild the team."
Exactly.
For me, for people that they say that Pirlo didn't do a good job, I think
disagree.
they're totally wrong. I think
they're
Pirlo
wrong,
did with the player that he had available for himself. He did just right. He brought the team into the Champions League, and he did he did very well.
They barely.
He brought the team.
Last game they managed to make top
He
four.
won. Mike.
He
Yeah,
won.
but
Plus they won silverware last year.
They
In a way.
had way too many questionable things with Pirlo. I have nothing against Pirlo, but this guy, as a player, fantastic. But as a coach, you need experience. You can't just jump on a team. Gattuso didn't just, Gattuso's a very solid coach now.
Right.
But he didn't just start out of nowhere. He was in Serie B. He went to Greece.
He was in Greece. He was in Switzerland.
He got sacked a bunch of times, and you gotta taste that blood first. You gotta get punched in the stomach.
You have to find your footing.
Realize.
You have to find a way to be able to have.
Pirlo on Juve like that, it didn't make any sense for me.
It didn't make much sense, but again, it was based on the situation of where they were. They were in a unique situation where, unfortunately, again, they didn't have the money to be able to hire a great coach. There weren't a lot of great coaches that were available at the time. So they pulled what I like to call a classic Milan mistake, where you bring in an ex-player to be able to become a coach who doesn't have that much credibility. But listen, for Pirlo in the long run, I think he's going to do much better now because of that experience. Oh, never mind. I thought Atalanta was breaking away. But in the long run, I think that it necessarily Pirlo, given his experience and given the opportunities that he had, he didn't do such a poor job. It's just a matter of the fact you can't expect him going in his first year into a team that had to transition from one of its worst coaching experiences before with Sarri, and then a lot of players were happy with him, including Ronaldo. So you need to be able to have time to be able to adjust. Unfortunately, he didn't get that time. And it's just the nature of him being able to get more experience.
It's not like I'm blaming him. I'm blaming more of the management.
Right.
Because it's not like Pirlo's going to turn down that role.
Absolutely.
So it's being more of them being very naive and trying to
cut corners.
Trying to do this. And listen, if you're going to bring a coach like Pirlo, you think, okay, he's starting this whole new project. Then you have a winner like Ronaldo who can't wait for that project. He's already old. He wants to win right now.
Right.
So it's like very discombobulated and like an oxymoron almost. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree. And
you
listen,
have to bring a ready coach, pay him the money that he needs. You have Ronaldo. You have a team to win.
You're right.
And then it just didn't. There's a lot of things that didn't make.
There was
sense
a lot
for
of
me last
mistakes
Who's
done
the
by the
oxymoron,
management.
Mike? Who's the oxymoron?
Because they brought
management.
in Pirlo. They brought in Pirlo. You think to develop something from the start. And then they have someone like Ronaldo, a winner that's ready to win now. He doesn't have time for 2-3 seasons. And then they end up sacking Pirlo. Ronaldo wanted to leave when Allegri came.
It was
I
just
feel
a
like
mess.
it wasn't thought out.
It was just a mess.
Yeah,
wasn't
but
planned.
management is to be blamed, like you said,
Right.
Mike. I agree
Yeah,
with you
that's
100%.
what-
I don't blame Pirlo. Pirlo's not gonna say. What's he gonna say? No.
That's what he was trying to
Yeah,
say.
Pirlo.
But I blame the management for being very naive or
Right.
not being
Pirlo
organized
did the best he
or
could
prepared
with the card that he was dealt. So whatever, if you have very bad cards on your hands, what are you gonna do? You
But
make them
still,
up.
again-
but he still shares the blame, though. I'm not gonna take anything away from. He still didn't do good, and it's not. That was his first time. He got his coaching license a couple of weeks before.
That's what I'm saying. So
Okay,
what-
but he still deserves
We're all
some
in the
sort of
same
blame.
understanding. That's what we're talking about.
Well, listen. First of all,
He still did.
he got into the Champions League, and I think he won. He won the trophy.
The Super
He won the
Copa.
Super
He won the
Copa.
Super Copa.
Yeah.
So wait, come on.
I think
They still had a winning team.
Personally, what I think it is that Pirlo came in, unfortunately, at the wrong time in the story of Juventus' history, because now they're associating him with the negative trend of what happened, of them not winning the Scudetto, them not going as far in Champions League. He has that negative association brought in there. So it's not necessarily that he did so bad for Juventus that everybody points the finger to blame him. He just came at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what I think.
Let me just say something about Pirlo. Pirlo is somebody that when he sees talent, he will bring young people in. He brought in Fagioli, he brought in the other kid that now is playing somewhere else, Frabotta.
Frabotta.
So Pirlo knows when a young talent is
But
there, and it will
he
start.
also had Tudor there. He had who's doing phenomenal at Verona.
He's doing
so don't
amazing.
think everything is all Pirlo. He has a team there also. I'm not taking anything away from
Mike,
Pirlo.
they work together.
He's a brand new coach.
Mike, do you think Allegri is going to bring a young kid from the Primavera? Is going to plug him in? Come on.
But Allegri plays a different style.
What does has to do with bringing young talent on the first
He
squad?
plays experienced players. That's why we don't see Keane there.
Oh,
There's
so
there's
unless
lot
you're
of things.
experienced and you
No,
have already won
no,
20 Champions League,
I'm not
then
saying
you
that.
don't
But
belong
I'm
in
saying
Juventus.
Allegri plays a different kind of. There's some coaches that like to play more youth. There's some coaches that play that gritty football that Allegri likes to play and don't like to make the mistakes. That's why a lot of his players are more experienced.
And then with that kind of mentality, no one should be able to step into the new scene.
I'm not
if
saying
you're not gonna
who's
be.
correct or not. I'm just saying.
Donnarumma
He's
was
just
brought
saying
in at
the
6.
thing.
Let me remind you of something. Donnarumma was brought in by
I'm not saying,
Mihajlovic
We're just
at
saying-
16.
Right.
Anto.
16.
But we're not talking about Mihajlovic,
Whose
Anto.
side do you think I'm not saying.
He's
I'm
not
on anyone's
discrediting
side.
Pirlo.
I'm
He's
just
not
saying everyone's
discrediting-
coaches what
Alright.
their styles are. You know.
He's just saying because unfortunately you'll have some coaches that are a lot more accepting and a lot more able to bring in young players like Mihajlovic. Even like look at Mourinho. He brought in an 18-year-old who was from Ghana and he scored 2 goals and won a
For
huge
that, I
pivotal
give
game.
him credit.
Absolutely.
For that, I give him credit. This
So-
could be the next good thing
100%.
that is happening to Roma.
But to point out from what Mike is saying, Allegri is not that type of coach. He's going to be more comfortable using that
Exactly.
experienced caliber player. He's not going to bring in the youth because he's not going to be willing to roll the dice to play that opportunity to give them that chance. And I'm not saying he never will, but currently, based on the way things stand, that's the way he's doing things. He's not bringing in players from the Primavera. He's sticking with what he has.
And now that people will be okay with that if they're winning, but right now they're not. So he's getting criticism for
Exactly.
that.
You need
So
to be
that's
flexible.
why, if you win,
know,
no one
talk-
talks about anything about the
Well,
critiques.
but Mike-
But if you're not winning, people are like, oh, why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing
Yeah,
that?
but Mike talk is cheap sometimes. You have to know.
100%.
You have
True.
to know. You have to know all the circumstances. You have to know
Yeah.
what's going on in the locker
I'm
room.
not
No,
going
but
against what
You
you're
wanted
saying.
to know what the ownership is willing to spend, how far they wanted to stick their
Right.
neck out. It's just too
There's a
much
lot. There's a
going
lot
on.
of factors there. It's not just
A
one
lot
factor.
of factor. Look, Nedved, what is he doing actually? Nedved was just yesing Agnelli to death, and it was. What are you doing over there? And
There
then
needs-
Paratici. Every time that I go into
that was a mistake
Every
with
time that I
Paratici.
go into the website, I say Paratici vattene veramente, meaning get out of here.
Please get outta
for
here.
real.
That's
So,
Preziosi.
Preziosi.
Oh,
You're thinking
Preziosi.
of Genoa's owner.
So
I see that too, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is.
But at the end of the day, it's Juventus. It's not their year. It's a rebuilding year, and Juventus hasn't had a rebuilding year in a very, very long
over a
time.
decade.
Over a
Wait,
decade.
Rebuilding. This is the second year that they're rebuilding. So or the
And
third.
maybe the third, yeah.
Ah.
But at the same time, you have to also put it into context. Look at what Milan had to go through. They had to go through almost 10 years.
Yeah,
of
but we had a
rebuilding.
change of ownership. Forget about rebuilding when you have the same ownership and
True.
you just put new capitals
Everything
available for that.
changes.
Everything
We had so
changes.
much trouble with the ownership.
Right. So in their perspective, they're only going through the beginning of what we went through. They didn't have to change ownership. They didn't have to change ties. We just got unfortunate because we had to change so many coaches and we couldn't get a project that down packed. But at the end of the day, they're going through that genesis of where they now have to go through that change. And now, hopefully, within the next year, I think that they have a lot more opportunity to do better. This year, so far, it doesn't seem like they're going to break into the top 4. At least I don't think. But again, that's how things stand
it's
now.
gonna be tough. It's gonna be
It's
a
tough
tough.
and it's a long league.
Never
but
say never. You know
say
why?
never. Yeah.
You know why, Sebastian? Because look what's going on to Napoli right now. I think Napoli
Right.
it's Osimhen dependent. Believe me. You seen what happened. You seen what happened on the game against the Inter when Osimhen left.
Well, they went down.
They
They're
went
all-
slightly
They
down,
did
and then they
change,
pick up
yeah.
the last 15 minutes. They pick up because they had to tie the game.
Right.
And they got
Mertens
very
came in up
close.
there, yeah.
But imagine Napoli playing without Osimhen for the entire game and just structure the team.
Right.
To play without this main focus point that you have into the box of available for you.
Right.
So now it's going to be it's a different game. Ospina, like Mike said, he got injured. You got even Anguissa that is
Anguissa
that is
He's out
got
for
a
2 or 3
lot.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Politano's
let me
out
tell you
also.
something.
And Napoli's schedule right now, not for anything, is going to be very, very tough from what I saw.
Oh, yeah. They play
When you-
Napoli, Lazio this upcoming weekend.
And then Milan not too long after
Yeah,
that,
they
right?
have a few.
When you
Sassuolo too,
when you factor all of
Atalanta.
those situations inside, then you see it that Juventus can pick up or
Listen, no, there's
and
going to be
find
chances.
themselves very close to challenge for the champion.
Listen, at this point in time, it's almost anybody's game because of the fact that Fiorentina can come back and win 4-3 against Milan. Anything can happen.
You see what happened?
It's still a very, people will say, yeah, it's still early. I do think so too. But at the same time, there's still a lot more soccer to play.
No, 100%. 110%.
Oh, yeah, Mike. Any Greek team playing for the championship? Olympiacos, I think, right?
Olympiacos got knocked out.
They got knocked
Europa.
out.
Oh, boy.
It's been Greek football fell a lot.
You know, back then when I was in Europe, when I was living in Europe, there was a famous team called AEK di Atene.
AEK.
Salonico.
Yeah.
Or PAOK. Yeah,
PAOK, P-A-O-K.
PAOK.
PAOK. We used to call it
It's
PAOK di
abbreviation. It's a
Salonico.
long name.
PAOK di
They say PAOK
Salonico.
instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Saloniki.
That was the good old time, right,
Good old
Mike?
time. When we had 3 teams in Champions League.
Wow. What happened after that?
Yeah, tough. I mean, the crisis definitely it played a huge part in Greek football.
Right.
What do you mean?
That
There was no
huge
COVID back then, Mike.
No,
No,
not the
Greek-
pandemic. The
economy.
economic
economy.
crisis.
Yeah, huge crisis.
You have to know something. If you go to Greece, Sebastian, it's one person working and 20 people watching. That's why the economy goes down.
In Italia, it's not that much different. Lately in Italy right now.
In Italy, it's one guy working and 5
And
watching.
five
You
maybe
know.
6.
Okay, but in Greece, it's just they way over the top, and
Man.
and their lunch. We take an hour for lunch. They take 4 hours. You know.
Or then you have a
Close
nap
second.
in the afternoon. You have your coffee, una sigaretta.
Yeah.
They relax a little too much, right?
They're
Too
little
much.
too lax.
Too much.
I think that's just because of the fact in context of where we
No,
live
it's
in the
the
world.
fact that the food that they eat
Ah.
puts them to sleep.
All those carbs, all that pasta.
Yeah. No, what
Nah,
pasta?
like pasta in Greece.
We're
when
talking about, the souvlakis over there and the gyros
and the gyros.
and the heroes.
Right, Mike? That's how you say it?
Gyro. Yeah.
Gyro.
Hero. What is a hero, by the way?
No, gyro with the...
Gyro with the.
Giro.
No, no.
Gyro. We call it
Gyro.
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 Oh,
But-
so in Greek you call it giro.
Gyro.
Giro.
Mhm.
Giro.
It's a different letter. The
No,
Italians
no.
don't have that. It's
Sorry.
We don't have
it's
it in
like
an
a-
alphabet.
It's like a low G.
Right.
Gyro.
Giro.
Yeah.
Is that good now, Mike?
Better.
Can you pass me for a Greek?
No, definitely not. I'd be like, kick him out. Kick this one out. Send him back to body.
Here comes the ASMR. Wait.
Subscribe.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Oh, now Chelsea have
got
a
a set- we
dangerous
got a set piece.
free kick. Man, I'm a little disappointed with how you've didn't
I know, I
really
am too.
create many chances.
Hey,
I thought they were going to do a lot better.
I mean, I did expect a tough game from Chelsea, but I did not expect them to concede 3 goals.
But then again, like you said before, the game that you had played against them in Torino was a perfect game. There was no mistake. There were no errors. And unfortunately, today, all those errors tend to came out all at one point or another. Come on, man. They don't even have the opportunity to score one. They got to put one in there at least for goal difference.
They will. For some reasons, I smell Juventus is going to do it. Look, Chiesa is charging. And he's asking Moises Kean to charge to get a little closer. If they get a break over there, they're going to do it.
Chelsea's going to make a couple more substitutions. I think they already made 2 or 3.
I think they're pulling some of the strikers out
Yeah.
and they put
It seems
they're
like it's a lot
enforcing
more
midfield.
defensive.
Yeah, midfield.
Midfield and defense, yeah.
Yeah.
Atalanta, we still have a
Yeah.
good lead.
Atalanta still looking good. I never like 1-goal leads though. It
Neither
always
do I.
keeps you at the edge of your seat. You never
Mhm.
know, one little thing could
Yep.
go in. We need Atalanta to win. This will help
No,
them.
they're going to score one more.
dramatically.
Atalanta, I think they're going to score
I
one
hope
more.
so. I hope you're
Hope
right.
so.
Okay, Hudson-Odoi coming out for Mason Mount. Man, Chelsea have a lot of good, talented
And you
youngsters.
see,
man.
that's
They
what
really
makes
do.
it an opportunity for a team to be able to win in Europe. You need to
Mason
have that
Mount.
bench.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, I don't think right now that Juventus nor Milan really have that bench to be able to succeed well enough in Champions League. So that's another
They
fundamental
have a
that we
lot
have
more
to.
depth.
They have a lot more depth, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have, again, arguably more than half of that bench could be starters for any other team in Europe.
No, 100%. 100%.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
Anto.
Sebastian has a point. There's
In
a
Chelsea,
lot. They have a lot of talent.
You have guys that are on their bench that Xavi's drooling over to be able to bring over to Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona. You have an American kid.
155.
Pessina is about to come in, by the way, guys.
Messina's coming in, guys.
By the way, Pessina is a Milan property. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Milan property.
Ex-Milan.
No. It's,
No, I'm sorry. You're right. He is
and con
property.
proprietà. I think
Con
it's
proprietà.
and we have the option to the riscatto. Oh my God!
I would take him 100%.
Well, I like Pessina.
I do too.
He scored a couple of nice goals too at the Euros.
Played very well in the Euros. I think that's where he kind of helped find
That's
himself.
why I'm not worried about this Kessie.
Funny story with him too. He was ready to. He had his vacation booked. He was actually going to Mykonos, and someone got injured in the team. I don't remember. And Mancini called him up. He was like, "I canceled my ticket. I
Forget
had
about
his shirt."
Mykonos. Come over here. It's
Wow.
much better. What are you going to do? A
Come
bunch
here
of...
and win a European
What are you going to watch in
championship.
Mykonos? A bunch of broken down buildings? Stay
my
over
God.
here. The food is better.
I gotta bring you to Greece one day. You'll love it.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Santorini.
Like.
Listen, if you're going to go to Santorini, come to my... Listen, double check if you are watching right now live stream. Go watch Ostuni. It's called La Città Bianca.
La
You know,
Città Bianca.
Travel guide over here.
yeah, go to
You're stealing all the
Ostuni.
Greek tourists to bring them to Bari.
Come to Bari. Come to Bari Vecchia, Ostuni, Villanova. Forget about it.
He'll show you where Cassano played, all right?
Oh, Gallipoli.
Gallipo. That's a Greek word.
Hey,
is. Poli's a Greek word. That means city.
There is nothing about Greek over there.
We gotta take a nice history lesson of southern Italy. You'll be surprised how much is Greek influenced.
Tira, come on. Non
Ai,
è
ai.
così.
Little thing. Dybala. Man, I'm really frustrated with this Juventus performance.
But they're
poor.
frustrated all across the board. All of them are.
Very poor, very poor. But they never concede 3 goals. Even when they play bad, they don't concede 3 goals.
Yeah, but they're not always playing against Chelsea.
That's
Don't forget
true
that.
too, but come on.
Mike, we have a lot.
They usually play up to their opponents
By
too.
the way,
you know?
to get up to you, we have a lot of towns in Italy,
Anto,
especially in the Puglia.
I didn't mean to bother you. I was
Especially in the
messing around.
Puglia.
You woke up a sleeping giant,
they end
Mike.
with the
He's
Poli.
coming.
You know,
Sebastian,
they
mess
end with
with
the
him.
Poli, Gallipoli, like a
But that's a Greek
Monopoly.
word, Anto.
Poli is like a city,
No,
città,
no,
right?
Poli is city. It means
that's what I'm
Poli in
saying,
Greek,
I
but
know.
I'm telling you, yeah.
But we are trying to,
Yeah.
we teaching you.
I think it's the
what
other
to
way
say.
around.
Hey. And now they're gonna say they invented the pasta, the spaghetti, and all that nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
And the pizza.
And the pizza, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Forget
they
about
did.
it.
You guys just took some credit for it. Whatever. We're neighbors. We gotta help each other
We're
out
neighbors.
sometimes, right? Just like if someone wants sugar, you go on the neighbor. Can I have a couple of sugar? I will give you pizza. We'll give you this.
Take it easy,
Well,
Mike.
pizza was invented in Napoli. Napoli was founded by Greeks, so I'm not saying anything, but.
But you see, he always finds a way to be able to kind of sneak that
You
in
know,
there.
Sebastian, I kind of have. I'm always
I know, I
surrounded
know.
by town, so I gotta.
You have to
I gotta do my-
advocate for it at some point.
So,
You know
I
what? He's gonna
gotta-
wind
I
up
gotta have my
get married
influence.
with an Italian
Ooh,
kid.
Pezzella.
can't.
Giuseppe
I
Pezzella
can't,
with the
Papa.
shot.
It's forbidden.
What do you mean?
Nah.
Yeah.
Man,
Meno
yo,
male,
Chelsea could have scored
Bonucci.
another
No,
couple.
Juventus is gonna do it
But
now.
you see,
Come on.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You have a guy like Werner on your bench. That's insane.
Timo Werner. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Kulusescu is coming in, and the young kid is coming in
Yeah,
over
but
here.
with
What's his name?
10 minutes left, how much is
Oh,
that really
Jesus
going to do
coming
you?
out. Oh boy, that means
Federico Chiesa coming out for
that means-
Dejan Kulusevski
Yeah,
in
Kulu.
the 80th minute.
I think Allegri is pulling the Remi Barca, the way we say it in
What
Italy.
is that,
He's pulling
Anto?
the rose back into the boat. In
Boat
other words,
back
he
into
doesn't
the
want
boat.
to
And
row
the
anymore.
winter for Quadrado. And
Yeah.
what was that, Anto? What's
La
his name?
Juventus sta tirando i remi in barca. Translate in a,
Barca's boat, no?
yeah, translate
Yeah.
in
In Greek word.
not in Greek.
Not in Greek.
In English.
In Greek.
In other words, Allegri is giving up and he's pulling the row off the water
Ah, okay.
and
He's
he's
bringing
giving
on the
up.
sand. He's bringing to the
Yeah,
sand or whatever.
he's giving
Okay,
up.
I got you. I got you.
He doesn't
I
want to.
mean-
He doesn't want to risk anybody else getting hurt
I mean,
at this
it's
point.
3-0 in the 80th minute. How much else could you do? You know?
Hey, you know, I heard recently from Massimo Basile, and it was of course, was very happy that Fiorentina beat AC Milan.
Oh, he
Oh,
must
he's
have been
he's a
over the moon.
Fiorentina fan.
Of
Right.
course.
Ah.
Of course he would.
So he was rubbing it in. Hey, Massimo, if you're watching, he said, we still love you, okay? But it's not going to happen again, okay?
Yo, Fiorentina played very
They
well.
did,
very
Listen,
clinical. They
given-
played very
They're
well.
lucky. They got lucky, though, a
Give-
little bit.
give them the
I
back-
don't know. They took
They
the
did
chances.
get lucky.
No, they-
Listen,
They took their
They did get very
chances.
lucky because of the fact in the
Very
beginning.
lucky.
Listen,
They scored
because
4 goals on you.
Aspetta, wait. The reason.
Some
Oh,
credit.
equalizer.
Oh, no.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Ay, ay, ay.
Young boys, he scored. See, that's why I don't like these stupid only 1-goal leads. Oh, this is not good for Atalanta.
Maybe they're going to review it. Let's
Atalanta can
No,
see.
that was a clean goal.
see. It was?
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. I was
Peccato.
watching the Juventus
Yeah,
at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
Peccato, davvero. Let's see.
Let's see. Maybe, let's see.
Oh, wow.
Nah, that was- Nah, that was clean.
Oh, it's clean.
Man.
Clean.
Musso, come on,
Where's the
man.
defense, though?
And
Well,
what-
he mishit the ball over there on the pass.
Actually,
so
he didn't see it. Musso, I guess he didn't
He
see
got
it because he
screened.
went from, yeah. Wow.
Wow,
He
he
actually
barely-
missed the
he
guy.
missed it.
Lucky. What a
Che
lucky
culo,
guy.
wow, come è
So
passato.
Sebastian, what were you saying, man? What were you saying?
So
about
going
this?
back to the...
Give credit, man. Don't be
No,
biased.
hold on, wait a
Okay.
minute. I'm saying that they got lucky because normally in the beginning of the game, Milan was going toe-to-toe. Again, Fiorentina was piling on the pressure. But when you have Tataruzano dropping the ball in front of the net like that and you score a goal like that, what was almost an own goal by Gabbia, but it was given to Duncan, that sets the tone for the rest of the game because now you're down 1-0. Fiorentina's going to keep piling on the pressure consistently. They're not going to let you breathe. They're down your neck. And for that moment, when you give Vlahovic that 1 inch of space and Saponara that 1 inch of space, they burn you. Vlahovic, I have to say, I have to give him all the credit in the world, and then the rest of the teams too. Saponara scored a beautiful worldie. Oh my God! And every time that
Milan
guy
property.
scores,
Against us.
Milan
Against
property.
us.
Against us. That's not the first time he likes to
Yeah,
score
he loves
against
scoring.
us.
He scores incredible goals.
Him,
by
El
the way.
Shaarawy, everybody who's played for Milan before, they love to score against us.
Yeah,
But-
they get this kind of a revenge.
Yeah, la vendetta. But if he,
Investigate.
but
Oh,
McKenny.
McKenny. I'm telling you, game is not over yet.
McKenny with a shot
No, I
over
think
Mendy,
I think the game
hits
is
it for
far
a
from
corner.
is already over. The game, better Anto.
Yeah, but it would help if they score. It's
It
definitely
would help
gonna
if they score.
It's
Absolutely, if they
definitely
could
gonna
score a
Look at
goal or two,
That
that'd
was
be
a nice
terms of-
shot.
That was a beautiful shot. You think that there's a chance that that Juve is gonna exercise to be able to make sure that they keep McKenny? Because I heard that they were talking about possibly selling him at one point
Yeah,
to get some money.
To be honest, he improved a lot.
He did.
So I do.
Ooh,
I
That's a
handball,
handball.
handball.
man. So I do think them changing their mind on something like.
I hope that they
on-
keep
on
him because he's a great player.
He's been one of the better midfielders for Juve the past few weeks. I gotta
Yeah.
say, he improved dramatically. All credit to him. Man, I'm so pissed out Atalanta conceded, man.
You
I
know
can't
what? It's
believe
not
that they
over,
fell
Mike. It's
asleep.
not over. It's
I
not
know,
over.
I know, bro.
It's not over. Come on.
Come on, you could score.
See, this is what Gasperini doesn't do.
But where's
man.
Muriel? Why isn't he bringing him in? Muriel's
Gasperini
hurt?
doesn't do
Let me double check.
Inzaghi's move. In other words, it doesn't pull the
I don't know what happened to
team back.
Muriel.
So now, look at now. So it's an incredible situation.
No, Muriel's still on the bench. They have one more substitution to make.
So why isn't he bringing him in? That should have been a substitution 20 minutes
Who
ago.
knows?
Yeah,
Who
not
knows?
sure. I mean, Ilicic is also.
That's
and
another one, Ilicic too.
Miranchuk also. They got some. Atalanta have some weapons.
Oh,
on
no,
the-
no,
attacking
no, no,
weapons
no.
on
That's
the
a bad
bench, man.
situation.
Oh no, young boys with the.
Meno male, Musso.
God.
Meno male.
Thankfully, went
Grande
for-
one.
Thank
Grande
God.
That
one.
was a scary one. That
Thank
was a
God.
scary
Way
Oh
to stand
my
your ground and
God.
cut him off. Good job. Now they lose the ball again.
Thank God, man. That guy's not good. Otherwise, it would have been 3-2.
Come on. Don't let him win that ball. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, good.
Look, guys, if we had another four or five TVs, we could have watched another 4 or 5 games of here at the same time, just
great.
because of Paramount
Love.
Plus.
And Anto, if they want to see if they're in the U.S., where's the link?
The link is at the bottom of the screen.
In the description.
On the description.
No
Subscribe.
way.
Subscribe.
Oh,
You've gotta be kidding
man,
me.
boys.
No
What on
way.
earth is happening?
Guys, I don't. What a horrible day.
What a day, man.
What a horrible day.
Jesus Christ.
This is the team that beat Juventus last year, did it?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, young boys. Was it last year or the year before that?
Maybe it might have
Last
been the
year. It was
before.
last year, I
Was it
think.
last year?
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends. I don't know. Wow.
Let's see this goal.
How did
what
he
I-
score?
Maybe a big shot from outside the box. I didn't
Yeah,
see the
must
movement.
have been.
Big
Yeah,
shot,
it's okay.
probably. Boom. See?
Wow.
Oh,
Oof.
man, he plays
Right
that
in the seven.
perfectly.
Because I said I didn't see the ball moving that fast. Then the guy took the shot.
No goalkeeper in the world is going to stop that.
Maybe Donnarumma. Or Mike Magnan.
Maybe Magnan.
I don't think
Magnan.
if you had 3 keepers, they would
Donnarumma
say-
lately,
they plays that
Donnarumma lately
perfectly.
doesn't look like he could stop any of those.
No,
Anto, to be
no.
honest, I play Meret for the Nacional.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, Butterfinger? What'd you call him, Anto? Butterfinger? Como se llama?
I actually kind of like Meret. I think Meret is a good
Donnarumma's
kid.
the next Butterfingers. Poor
Like
guys
lately,
collecting dust on the bench.
Lately.
Poor guys collect. You gotta dust them off.
Listen,
dust them
yeah.
Get him back playing
Sebastian,
again.
Mike, he instigated me against my best friend in Philadelphia, Phil. And I had to explain to Phil. I said, hey, Phil, by the way, it's not me.
I thought I was your best friend.
It's not me.
Oh, no.
It's, what's his
Ooh,
name?
What a
Wow.
save by
Wow.
Szczesny.
What a save by Shez, man.
This has been a horrible day of games.
And you
for
can't
Serie
even
A.
ask more of what Chesney's been already able to do. He's making saves left and right, man. This is just bad all around. My God.
Wow. But he
Beautiful
actually
save.
can't even give it up. I mean, his body movement,
Right.
he sold it already.
He sold it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of he gave it away.
Yeah.
This is not good.
No. He could have just even lobbed it. The guy was on the floor.
He was already down on the floor.
Chip the ball from the bottom.
You don't gotta give him advice. They're already up, Anto.
I know.
Whose side are you on?
I should have been.
Antonio's just a tactician. He just sees it everywhere. He just
He's
wants
just
to
a
be able to.
sportivo, right?
Sportivo, yeah.
It runs in his blood.
Listen, anything that I do and anything, especially when I watch the games, I'm a student. I study very hard, and I wanted to know why. So, at my age, even though I'm not 50 yet, but at my age, I'm a big student of the tennis
29,
game.
no?
29.
Tennis.
Yeah, I watch the games not just because I wanted to watch it. I watch it
To learn.
I watch to learn some of this, not to learn. I study and I wanted to know why, if there is a, and I know what they do even wrong from the beginning.
You see from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Berettini?
He's great.
He's amazing,
great.
right?
Unfortunately,
Tsitsipas is a
Oh,
little
I
bit
like
better.
him.
A little bit better. I think a little bit better.
Sinner is better than Tsitsipas.
I don't know about
Sinner
that.
is better
I
than
like him. I
Tsitsipas.
like
I
Tsitsipas.
like
Tsitsipas
them
is
both.
great.
He's a good
Stefanos
kid, too.
Tsitsipas.
Yeah.
Despite,
Beautiful hair too.
not only that.
Looks like a Greek god.
Oh, what a goal by Muriel!
I'm telling you.
Grande Luis!
3-2.
Grande salvare quel
There we
punto.
go, there we go.
Bravissimo. See, that's the substitution he
Still
should have
time for
made.
a winner,
I
baby.
told you.
Oh no, Chelsea on the counterattack. Sebastian Calder, you wanted Muriel.
Grande Muriel.
Gasperini listened. And Luis Muriel gets the
So
equalizer.
Tsitsipas is a good kid.
Yeah. Wow, look at this near post.
Wow,
Perfect
what
ball.
a shot.
Check 2.0 over there. Couldn't snuff that.
Oh,
Wow,
actually
on the wall.
deflected a little bit.
Deflected
Thank
on the
you.
wall.
Thank you. The number
Wow.
13. In Italy, 13 is good luck.
It's good
right?
luck, yeah. Instead, here Friday the 13th is bad luck. Number 13 here is doesn't have the same good rep. Come on. Come on, Juve. Come on. Get a
Paolo,
goal.
dai,
Get a
Paolo,
goal.
dai.
Brendan,
Wow, Chelsea's really pressing.
this
Look
guy,
at winning
Reece James, is
3-0.
unbelievable, man. What a fullback. Wow. Is he a wingback or is he a fullback,
Who?
Mike? Reece James. What position does he play?
I
He plays
believe he's playing right mid. I'll double check because the formation that they play is a little.
He's a little bit different. I thought he played like a Calabria type of role, like where he's a right back.
Yeah, similar to that. But they
He's
play with a
amazing.
three-man back
Oh,
line.
they play three-man backline. Okay,
Yeah.
so he plays more up.
Let me check exactly so I don't get.
He's
it wrong.
he's amazing. Wow, he's so quick and he just has so much strength behind that.
Guys, look at this.
No,
We
yeah,
are,
he plays like a right wing back,
Right
right
wing back.
mid. Yeah, almost.
oh my God, they
Nice.
shoot, man. Those guys, they're smelling blood.
Yeah, they're trying to get it. They're trying to get those 3
Is that a
points.
positive result, Mike? A 3-3 away?
Let me
I
check.
think
let
you
me
said
check
they
the
needed to
pointage.
win. No.
Let me see the
Not
final match
necessarily.
day. Maybe they can squeeze something in. Let me check here. Because I hate doing these calculations. Okay. So right now, Atalanta are in third place with 6 points. See, now they play Villarreal last, right? So they have
Villarreal is
to
a
beat
tough
Before,
team.
if they won, they only had to tie Villarreal. Now they have to beat
win.
Villarreal.
Now they
See,
gotta
now
win.
it gets tricky. And Villarreal are very
They can
tough
beat them.
team.
They can beat
They
them.
could, but it's very tricky.
There is no Giuseppe Rossi in Villarreal. If Giuseppe Rossi was in
then
Villarreal,
they'd be in trouble.
then we'll be trouble. But Giuseppe Rossi right now is playing in
Villarreal
Italy.
lost to Man United, but they look very good. To be honest, they didn't deserve
They
to lose.
they dominated that
They
game.
really, De Gea played fantastic against them. I couldn't believe it. So it's gonna be tough.
So CR7, they lose 4-1 against Watford.
Oh, they're playing in Bergamo, so that,
They
so
are,
that'll
okay.
be good.
Okay, so
they're
So
playing
at home.
Bergamo's gonna be rocking. Have you guys ever been to that city, to Bergamo, or no?
But
To
not on the
Bergamo-
stadium. Not on the stadium.
Yeah, I haven't been
No,
to
I'm
the
saying to
stadium
the
either.
city.
To the
Oh,
city,
yeah,
I've
one
been.
time.
I've
One
been
time.
before.
How
One
is
time.
it? It's,
Beautiful,
too.
beautiful city.
is it like
Yeah.
a quiet little? or is it
no,
like-
No, it's a pretty popular city. I mean, in terms of
Not a big city. It's
not a big city. It's not like
Yeah.
Milano or like Roma, for example.
Much smaller than Bari too.
Right, but it's still it has a lot of beautiful sights. The architecture's over there is very nice. The people are very nice.
Standard city, right? Nothing,
I like-
nothing
I
crazy
like-
that pops out.
I liked it over there. I went there in the winter once. I remember when I was younger.
Was it 30 minutes from Milano, right?
No.
Yeah, more or
30
less.
minutes, right?
Made a
Around
save. Boy, what a nice side. Otherwise, this guy here was 1-on-1 with the goalie again.
He would have put a goal. They got a corner coming up, young boys. 3 minutes left in stoppage time, guys, and we got 5 minutes in Stamford Bridge.
Oh yeah.
Mamma mia.
Arthur.
I don't know what happened to him. I thought he was supposed to be one of these elite midfielders, and I don't know.
Maybe he's underutilized. I don't know.
He doesn't get any playing time. You're right. That's for sure. He's definitely
come on. Look at that. He's coming.
Vai, corre.
Shoot!
No, I think he got deflected.
So 4 more minutes left of extra time for Juventus, and 2 more minutes for Atalanta to grab.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, a lot of people. Artur's really fell. I feel in the beginning
He's
he
fallen.
was very good, but I don't know what happened. I think the switch from La Liga to Serie A, it was hard for him to adjust.
It's an adjustment period for sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
He really couldn't find a good footing.
I think it's also just because of the fact that when you're in a team like Juventus and you have such high expectation, if you don't really provide. Plus, when you're playing in the midfield, you need a lot of great midfielders to be able to kind of help balance it. When you have not a balanced midfield, even a great player from a different league is still going to have a hard time to shine.
He's got Betancourt. Betancourt is not a bad midfielder.
He's not very good either.
He's not very good either, Anto.
He's more of
I don't know. It was good when he
Artur.
won. Well, you won one year. Sarri won with the Betancourt.
Who's you guys?
You guys.
I mean, you too. You.
I think that Juventus needs to kind of go under an exodus in the midfield. They need to completely reshape
They have
it.
no more Pirlo, like a centrocampista.
And they got to really reconstruct.
And that's what they need to do. They need to be able to reconstruct. They need to rebuild.
Locatelli, I don't think he's making the difference for Juventus.
But you can't expect a kid like that to be able to come in and make the difference. He's
well,
not.
you're playing on the national team. You're supposed to be just taking over the midfield and just
Yeah,
Dybala.
but you can't do it on your own when you're playing a 5-man midfield. It's not possible.
Oh boy.
Nice defense by Delict. But yeah, Locatelli can't do it on his own. You need more than Locatelli. You need more than McKennie. You need a lot more support there. They need to do something about the midfield
100%.
bad.
Yeah, they gotta completely revamp it.
You need to get rid of Ramsey. You need to get rid of.
And these guys are on high wages. Ramsey,
That's
Robbie,
that's another problem.
Just get rid of them.
That's another problem.
Get rid of all of them. Overpaid. Pick up a couple young kids like AC Milan is doing. Go fish on the French league or in the Nelle Giovanili. Serie B.
Nelle
We got
Giovanili.
Luca. We got listen. We got Giuseppe Rossi coming back from injuries.
Ooh.
That was tough.
Look at that perfect
Who are
ball.
you gonna say, Sebastian? Who is?
Ecco.
Oh my
Told
God.
you.
4-0.
Unbelievable.
Timo Werner makes that's pretty embarrassing.
That's
That's
pretty-
very
that's-
embarrassing. That's not a good look.
I like to see Marco's face when he comes out of the damage over there.
That's pretty brutal.
Man.
Not a good day.
Not a good day at all. Wow. This guy's got to be the man of the match, Reece
Reece
James.
James has done
Yeah.
incredible.
He's
doing
giving.
everything.
He's been feeding the ball into every
Yeah,
attack. Look at
this
this
guy's
ball.
been
Look at this
playing.
ball that he gives up the field. Now watch right there. Look at the vision. He sees him all the way on the other side open. McKennie got caught short.
Wow. How the hell you do that? That could be
Yeah,
offside.
it might be offside.
looks off.
He
Offside.
might be offside
He's offside.
by his shoulder, maybe. Let's see.
He's offside, Paisa.
Man, but that's another bad mistake from
Instead of
McKennie.
3-0, 4-0,
That was a
whatever.
perfect pass.
That was a perfect. It was a little short, but they got lucky because McKennie boggled
no,
it.
over
This
here, I'm
pass you're
saying this
talking. Okay.
one. Dude, that was on his full, on a platter, like
Why you
Gaetano
think-
used to send that.
Why do you think-
Offside.
Why do you
Is
think?
it?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Nah, it's a game over.
And that is full time.
But why do you think Barcelona's trying to go after a guy like that? We should have gotten him. That's a player that Ziyech.
Oh,
He
well.
was good for my
AC Milan, it was on top of him. He was looking for his service.
That was the right wing that we
First
needed
service.
for our season.
What is he, dry cleaners?
Hey.
No, to service our forwards, to lanciare la palla, fare quei passaggi, to make those type of moves.
Man. Guys, Juventus, very bad.
Very disappointing.
Very bad loss against Chelsea.
Wow.
But Atalanta managed to nick a point towards the end. Luis Muriel, we got 2 Colombians on the score sheet today. There's still chance if they beat Villarreal.
Which they could do.
which they
Especially
could
in
do.
Bergamo, they can do it.
Exactly. They can win. Juventus, on the other hand,
Very disappointing.
yeah, not good enough. They would have to hope that Chelsea draw next game, draw points, and Juventus would have to win or draw depending on how Chelsea do.
Who are Chelsea playing next? Zenit?
Let me check right now.
Was it Zenit?
Malmo Zenit is going on right now 1-1, 7 minutes extra time. Oh my God, it's already
God.
over.
I mean,
And
yeah.
there was a red
Juve-
card.
yeah.
Zenit's playing with 10
Juventus
men.
versus Malmo, and then it'll be Chelsea versus Zenit.
Zenit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
okay.
didn't Juventus play? Wait, was it Zenit they play? I think it was the other way around though.
Might be the
I'm
other
getting
way around.
confused.
Yeah, double check. Yeah,
It's over.
that's it. They
Rakitsky.
must have been playing a long time if they're saying disappointment
No,
against
no,
10
it is
men.
Malmo. They are
It is
playing
Malmo?
I was correct. Yeah. So Malmo. Then Chelsea plays in. I mean, they still have to. They're still fighting for top spots, so
Right.
it's gonna be a tough game regardless. So we'll see.
Wow.
Oh well. Oh, somebody that we know.
But guys, any last things to wrap up this
Listen,
stream?
don't despair because Juventus is still is going through.
Yeah,
so he's
they're
gonna
gonna
try.
go
They're
through.
gonna fight a little harder, but at least they're going through. So that's look at the brighter
bright
side.
side.
So nothing you can do. So let's hope that AC Milan that they found a way to win tomorrow.
Right.
And let's keep the tifosi still,
Still
you know,
alive.
with some alive and with some hope, because it's good to have a dollar and a dream once in a while. You know, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, for Juventus, there's no room for error left in that last game, and now it's at this point you have to completely forget about this result and keep moving forward. And for Atalanta, they can come back and definitely beat against Villarreal.
no,
I think, for sure.
both teams could obviously still progress to the next round. It just
It's a little bit more difficult.
it's difficult for other things. Atalanta have to get the job done against Villarreal. They cannot draw. They must win. In Bergamo, very possible.
It's very,
but
very
it's
doable.
A difficult task.
You know,
Juventus it's out of their hands a little bit. They gotta wait and
the
see
coach
what
of
happens.
Villarreal is one at the top for me. I think it's a great coach.
Oh, they got he was ex Arsenal. What's an Emery? It's Emery, no? Let me double
Yeah,
check.
it is Emery.
It is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wrong, right? With the slick back hair, he looks like a evil villain from
Not
like a
that
superhero.
slick.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
It looks like he puts a lot of hair. Yeah, Unai Emery.
That's why you're trying to
Oh, my
copy
God.
from him, right?
No, my hair does not look anything like
Oh.
his.
Well,
I don't put any product on my hair.
you don't put any product. You're a natural,
all
Mike.
Natural.
natural. Only Greek olive oil on it. That's
Only Greek. He dunks his hands into
Oh.
it and slicks it
Yeah,
back.
you know why? Yeah,
Keep my hair nice. If you use
listen.
olive oil for body look,
Let
you
me
lose
tell
your
you
hair
something.
like this.
Let me tell you something. No wonder why you don't look that good, because you don't have extra virgin olive oil. We have it.
We got
We
Tokyo
have it.
virgin
Oh
olive oil.
boy.
Oh man.
Greek olive oil. They don't have extra virgin.
We invented.
You know what we do? We just give them
Invented
the.
olive oil. Shit.
But guys, thank you for tuning in. It wasn't the best of results, but both teams could still manage to go through. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully Milan could bow out of the Champions League with their heads held high. Hopefully they can get a win against Atletico. Gonna be tough. But we will see you guys tomorrow for that. Thanks for joining, Sebastian, Antonio. Thanks for quitting your job.
You think I can cancel my job for tomorrow so I can just pop in over here?
Do you want to?
I mean, well, I like to see the
call-
way my
I'll call-
dog. I like to
I'll
see the
call
way
over
my
tomorrow.
dog is doing. So we'll
Uncle, you're
see.
more than happy.
Okay.
But,
Oh.
we will
What a
see
miss.
you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao,
Ciao.
guys.